like? What's your mindset like going into the fight this week?
It's tunnel vision. It's determined. I got one goal only, and that's to beat Zepeda's ass.
There is no shame with their previous fights. We have two guys that are so motivated to get back into that winner's circle, to redeem themselves. It's not going to be easy whatsoever for both guys.
Supporting them in the Olympic trials. I done been in a...
You don't know nothing about me, so you're not gonna understand anything.
Of course, but I didn't understand that. It's good shot, man. It's not good performance. It's good shot. The fight was for what, like 1 minute.
You went 11 rounds with someone that's not a world-class fighter, so I dispatched him in 1 round. So that shows that I'm a world-class fighter. But at the end of the day, like, them accolades won't fight for you.
These guys that fight nobody, and you know, it's all these guys, all they do is protect their O, and it's like they box in survival mode just to fight to the next fight, and they do that over and over and over again, like, and that's the reason why boxing is dying. When people actually trying to make the biggest fights happen, then boxing is gonna keep growing, right? But when people just keep trying to survive to the next fight, fighting some dude nobody ever heard of, or someone that they're clearly going to be, I don't know, 20-1 favorite or something. Does that kill the sport, or does that grow the sport? All that stuff, that undefeated stuff, that don't matter. Make the biggest fights you can. Leave an impact, leave a legacy for the boxing world. So the day that you're gone, you know, you'll always be remembered. All these
Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. We had a lot go on over these last couple of days. I'm going to try my best to get into as much of it as I possibly can, because it's been a lot. Some of this stuff done took mother asunder. But I'm sorry about the echo. I forgot to load one thing. Sorry. And it still didn't go up there. Ain't that about somebody's business? Lord of mercy. All right. I'm going to go out, go back in. I'll try that in a few more minutes. Anyway, what's popping, everybody? Happy Sunday. Oh, man. We are going to have a good conversation today, because there are a few things that I want to talk to y'all about. I have seen all the madness surrounding Keyshawn and, you know, his decision not to pursue a fight with Devin. So many narratives out there, so many different perspectives. I won't call them narratives. I'll say different perspectives. Some paid, some not. So, of course, Mother got to give y'all her perspective, but that's a little later in the show. I want to get through some of this news first, get into the fights that happened over the weekend. Some of the ones that I watched anyway, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't have time to watch all of them. I did watch a good handful of them, so we should be able to generate a good conversation from that, but I did not watch every last one of the fights that came on over the weekend. But let me get to some of the news that I have here for y'all before we move into the show. Now, I don't know why this thing didn't upload. I thought it was up here, but I guess not. So it's been announced, obviously, Sebastian Fundora versus mandatory, I think it's Amal Harjaviev for October 17th for Fundora's WBC belt. Amal, we know I think he is the mandatory. He has 23-0-1. He earned that spot by defeating Sameki, which was a contender under the Queensberry banner. So that's that. Now, there is a change to the Intami card. Jack Turner will no longer be on that card. He has some sort of injury. They said it's not serious and he is recovering well, although he will not be participating on the August 29th card like originally announced. Okay, so y'all can go ahead and take that little note down. We're going to talk a lot about this too. So I did see this. The revised Ali Act could take effect by next July. Now, as previously discussed, there are two versions of this bill, the House and the Senate, and I'm going to break both of those versions down a little bit later in the show. But it looks like they're moving in some sort of direction. I played for y'all last week. Nikolai Ali Walsh, he went out there and had a meeting with Nick Khan and Dana White, and then he also had a meeting with, I believe, the House or the Senate, one of them. So we'll see what comes out of that as I break down the difference in the bills for the House and the Senate, and what I think. Now, this ain't necessarily what it is, but what I think the pros and cons could be for established boxers versus new boxers entering the sport if they decide to sign the Zuffa. But like I said, we'll get into that. But there has been some movement on the Ali Act, so I definitely just wanted to update y'all on that. This child is back across my desk. I don't know why, but nevertheless, this child, okay, is going to purse bid. Okay. The WBA has ordered Schofield, who has been out of the ring for 13 months, might I add, versus Lucas Body. Body is ranked number 2 to purse bid for the vacant lightweight title. Now, the purse bid is scheduled for next week, I think August 11th. And the purse bid will start at $150,000 with a 50-50 split between the two. Okay. Now this comes after, as we know, after Schofield's fight against Shakur. During fight week, he kind of got sick. He returned months later to knock Tevin Farmer out in the first round. And then he suffered a wrist injury when he was scheduled to fight Jojo Diaz. So he has been out of the ring for a total of 13 months. Like a total of that, because it was I forget what it was when he fought Tevin Farmer, but it had been a little over a year, child. Okay, so that's where we are with that and him. But in that same spirit of the little boy, he is willing to take a pay cut, okay, to fight Shakur Stevenson. They even claim that Shakur can keep all his belts. They just want the fight, and they are questioning, get this, they are questioning if Shakur really believes in himself, since he didn't request a fight again after Schofield was medically cleared. Okay, so he's looking for any fight he can get, child. Sound like he down there at the Walmart asking for change. I don't know. But he's looking for a fight. We will see what happens in his particular purse bid coming up on the 11th. Mother will be watching, okay? To see what is going on. Carlos Adames. Okay, listen. He is searching for unification. He wants Denzel Bentley. He was supposed to be fighting Iglesias. However, let me see exactly what that thing said. They reached out a few months back with no reply. So he has now set his eyes on the WBO champion, okay, who became champion back in April by defeating Sevendray. Okay, I think it was a 7th round knockout, and he got elevated after Janibek vacated and moved up. So he's now the champion, and he's looking to unify with him. All right, so that's where we are with that. And I'll let y'all know what happens with that. I was looking forward to that Iglesias fight. I ain't even gonna lie to you. We are going to. I'm gonna talk about that boy in just a second. Let me just get this one out my face. So Suleiman is crying again. He's actually criticizing Zuffa Boxing over the WBC branding. He is claiming that Zuffa left the WBC name out of its advertising despite promoting this fight for one of the sanctioning bodies. So basically, he's saying that he feels they're promoting the fighters in Zuffa, but not the championship belts on the line, which actually holds the better commercial value. I can't say in this particular instance, I disagree with Suleiman. They have been doing a lot of janky promotional stuff doing the whole build up to this fight. I played y'all the clips last week where Oscar said he wasn't even invited to the Fight Fest situation that took place in New York. From what I understand, that was a Zuffa event, but still, they're fighting for a belt. Ryan is a golden boy fighter. This is going to be on the zone. So as we can see, Dana White's actions don't really match the words that come out of his mouth, right? He says that he's looking to, play nice with them and do certain things with them. But when given the opportunity, we see that he leaves them out intentionally. So I don't know. Mauricio Suleiman is starting to feel a way about this, how it's being handled and promoted over there on the Zuffa side. So we'll definitely see what happens when it comes to that. We do know that fight is still scheduled for September 13th. We do know that Ja Obatai will be on the undercard. So we will definitely see how all of that progresses and what he's going to do about it. I mean, ain't really nothing he really can do about it. But I guess just voice his concerns, which is what apparently he is doing. So I don't know. Suleiman, we'll see how this all progresses. I mean, as long as they give him his cut, I'm pretty sure he'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? A real genuine question. And y'all can let me know in the chat and later as we get into the show and we play the clips and we talk about this and him definitely in detail. Do y'all think that Lamont should move back down to 130? When I saw this article, I kind of had mixed feelings about it because I'm like, wait a damn minute. Before it was everybody pulling him up. He just fought at 140, and now should he even be this high up is the questioning because of, I guess, the performance that we saw him have last night, right? So we can talk about that in a little bit more detail. I just thought that the questioning was a little funny because it's like, y'all wasn't saying this a couple fights ago, but that's the story for later on down the road when we're gonna get into that. Real quick, I'm gonna shout out the winners. We're gonna get into the upcoming fights and because we got a lot to talk about. So let me just see. Oh, and if you didn't believe me before, look at this fool. So this is what Dana White obviously says publicly. I think you can see publicly lots of games being played, lots of ego involved and things like that. The answer to the question is you go where the money is. That's the answer. Where the money is. Go where the money is. I think you can see where all the delay is coming from. I don't think it's a big secret where the delay is coming from. It's all playing out. So honestly, I think he was talking about I can't even tell you what he was talking about because he says so much for so many different reasons. It could have been about Shakur. It could have been about the fight that he has coming up with Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia, but who knows what's going on over there. And maybe he'll sign Ryan Garcia because I think Ryan has one more fight underneath the Golden Boy umbrella and then he's free to pretty much do what he wants, right? So we'll see what Ryan has going on after he finishes out his contract with Golden Boy and DAZN, if I'm not mistaken. I believe both have one more. So who knows what he's going to decide to do. I'm sure he's been having conversations with a lot of different promotional companies because Ryan is a star. Ryan comes with his own fan base. He can be entertaining to watch at times. He has the look. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely has star qualities and he packs them out. He's a draw for sure. So I'm sure that they're all chomping at the bit really to sit down and meet with Ryan and talk with him. But I mean, honestly, how many times Ryan said he was going to leave Golden Boy and didn't? You know what I'm saying? He belongs there. Let's stop these silly little games. But on to the winners of the fights that I did happen to catch last night. Shout out to Charles Conwell, yo. Yo, I like this kid. I really do. I suggested him for an opponent for Boots a while back. I thought that would have been a good scrap. But definitely shout out to him for finishing his food last night in spectacular fashion. We're gonna get into that card a little bit more in a little bit, but definitely shout out to Conwell. Let me go ahead and give him a round of applause because that was definitely a real good win for him. So shout outs to him for sure. Let me see who else we got up here. Winning and grinning. Yes, honey. Chamberlain, baby. I ain't even gonna lie. You had mother worry, but shout out to Mark Chamberlain. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Mark Chamberlain. Who else? Oh, yes. Muratala. Let me tell y'all something. We're going to talk about this fight because I got mixed feelings about this fight, but shout out to Muratala. We're going to talk about who's next for him for sure because I see my eye spy with my little eye. I see my little Abdullah in the building. I was like, ooh-wee. But we definitely could talk about that. Where's the other one? Because I know I took that little boy. Did I get his picture or was I being petty and didn't take it? Oh, poor little thing. Well, anyway, oh yeah, those are the ones that didn't upload. That's my bad. But we're gonna hold on, let me move this real quick so we can well, let me tell you something. If y'all watched the fight last night, y'all know who this damn round of applause is for. Shout out to William Zepeda. Okay, shout out to William Zepeda. Ciao. I can't wait to get to that portion of the show, baby. Oh my goodness. Whew. What other fights did man, oh man. Oh boy. What other fights did mother watch? I think those were the only couple ones I watched. I watched the little prospect Dillian. Poor thing. I seen him get stopped. That poor little baby. Poor little baby. But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Let's see. Oh, we have the upcoming fights this week. And I don't care if y'all don't care about them. We're gonna talk about them any damn way. Okay. We have a huge MVP card coming this week on the 8th. Okay. We have some lovely young women on it. Where is the damn? Why didn't it upload? Oh, you know what? I might have been trying to upload it in the wrong place. Let me see. I thought I had one of them though. At least the Cherneka Johnson and Skye Nicolson in an effort to show that she is down because I told y'all last week about her joining her Matchroom joining with MVP. Okay, so as a result of Matchroom and MVP joining, they have Skye Nicolson now on their platform, and she will be making her MVP debut on, as y'all just saw, the 29th. Okay, she'll be facing, what is this girl name again? All these screenshots. Here we go. She'll be facing this young lady. Okay, Yoshinda. And I believe this will be for her belt too. So shout out to Skye Nicolson. You know, she gonna rock with Eddie and she gonna go wherever Eddie take her. And he's taking her to MVP, where the rest of the women are, rightfully so. You know, to get more competition, better competition, sterner competition. And this way, you know, he keeps his ladies busy. I've always said that about Jake Paul, man. Jake Paul, he's doing amazing. And we're gonna get into him in a little bit of what he got going on in just a little bit. But I did want to let y'all know about the card that's coming up and talk just a little bit about some of the women that are on those cards because I like some of these girls. Now, why is this thing not up? You know what? I'm sick to death with this. Maybe it's too many pictures up here. I don't know. But we have Dina DeSorlin and Cherneka. They'll be fighting. On the undercard, we have Tammy Tiberow and Desi. Where is this damn thing? I'm so sorry, y'all. I have the cards up here. Yeah, we have Desi Robinson and Tammy Tiberow. Tammy only has 4 fights, but she's pretty good. Desi has 12-3 4 knockouts. So there's not a lot of power between the two of them, but it is a unified world championship fight at 160 pounds. That is going to take place August 8th. Okay. Also on that card, we know we had my girl Sharetta Metcalf, and we had her up here versus Amanda Gailey. This is a super flyweight fight, which is 115 pounds. That's on the undercard of that. And then the full card is Cherneka Johnson versus Dina DeSorda. Why won't this load? This is so weird to me. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, because I want to show y'all the whole entire card. But yeah, that's the card that's coming up this weekend. And later in the month, we know that we have Ntume and a couple of other ones too. Why is this thing not coming up here? This is ridiculous. But yeah, I wanted to tell y'all about the Ali Act first before we get into the previous cards. Now, I'm just gonna tell you, I didn't get a lot of the clips because last week, yo, when I did the clips for the EJ tribute, man, they almost shut a sister down. I had to fight them suckers for like 3 whole days in order for them to even let me monetize that video, simply because I had some footage of PBC don't play, yo. Oh my God. I was begging, like, keep sweat, like, please. 'Cause, man, that was a good little live we did last week. A nice little conversation we had towards the end. So I definitely wanted it to be monetized, but man, they was on a sister back. They was really on my back. I was like, Jesus, all right, I'll cut it out. So if you watch it on the playback, you might not even see the whole tribute. Because I had to cut it out in order to monetize my video. So my apologies for anybody who was not in the building and did not get to see the tributes. But before we get into this mess, let me see who all up in here. And then we're going to get started. I want to, like I said, give y'all a quick update on what's going on with this little Ali Act situation, these slithering snakes. All things was popping with you. Yota. Hey, Crush Baby. Happy Sunday. Hey, KC the one. How you doing? Hey, Kishwan girl. How you doing? Bones, what's popping with you? K Money, what's up? Yes, honey, yes. Yeah, hey Ron, how you doing, baby? Hey, Cam. Ruben, what's popping with you? Desmond, what's good? Yeah, we have shredded wheat roach cereal for breakfast. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mr. T, hey baby, how you doing? Sharp, what's good? I'm gonna start wrenching some of y'all up. I see y'all been over here a couple times, so I'm definitely gonna wrench y'all up by the end of the show. Y'all just remind me. What's up, BW? You too, baby. Hey, BW. Hey y'all, what's going on? Thrill Hill, what's popping? What's going on in the boxing source? Hey baby, how you doing? How you been? Hey Mark, where you been at, boy? You been behaving? Matter of fact, I don't even know. I do not know that. So for sure, I definitely yeah, I figured that out because I was like, man, I was scared. I was so scared. Like, Lord have mercy. Please don't shut me down. I just wanted to tribute the man. I wasn't talking trash or nothing. But they was not playing. They was not letting me monetize my stuff. And then I had to go back after I cut it out and contact customer service because they still wouldn't do it. I was like, what in the holy matrimony? Goodness gracious. So y'all just be careful for fellow content creators who are in the chat. Man, do not play with PBC. They will not, they ain't playing. And the zone is funny style too. That's why I said I got a couple of clips, but we ain't really heavy on the clips today because I don't know. They out to get a sister or something. I don't know what's happening. We got some clips though, because we got to talk about Lamont. We got the clips, baby. But we're not gonna get all crazy with them. You know, it's a couple. We're gonna hit them with a couple jabs and move around. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to have them shut down the Carter. Not today, okay? But let's talk real quick. I want to update y'all on this little Ali Act situation. The article that I read, just my perspective on it, and what the hell they got going on. Because see, you know, I don't trust Dana, and y'all know I don't trust him. You can't trust bald head people anyway. You know, you just can't do it. So therefore, I don't trust, and just everything that I've named. You know what I'm saying? That they got going on over there. That mother is just not. I'm not fond of. You know what I'm saying? But from what I can understand, from what I'm read, and if y'all read the same article, we can talk about that. Maybe y'all have a different perspective. But just okay. So what I actually think about signing with like Zuffa, because it's not a blanket yes or no. Like I said, to me, it varies if you're establishing your career or if you're not, and what you want out of your career, right? So let me like, for me, the I'm gonna give you the pros and cons. I'm gonna start with the cons because y'all know I don't like Dana, so I'm just gonna start there. But the cons is, for me, if you already dream of holding belts and going undisputed, do not sign. You understand what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is, unless you want to be this nigga, don't sign. Right? So I ain't have to throw that shot at Jao Bazaya. I didn't have to do that, but I did anyway. Also Richardson Hitchens, you know what I'm saying? He was the IBF super lightweight champion. He signed a multi-fight deal with Zuffa, and then, we just saw his debut last week at Madison Square Garden. He already held like a piece of the puzzle already, but under the current Zuffa structure, there is no path to undisputed. I don't want nobody up here arguing with me, because that literally makes no sense, and I will have to annihilate you today. Okay? Just listen. There is no path to undisputed. So, what did Richardson Hitchens do with his IBF strap? You know what I'm saying? It's gone. Okay? Now, we know he would have eventually had to vacate it, because he was at 140. He now fights at 147, and they don't support that type of foolishness over there. You can't go forever without, for one, defending your belt. You know what I'm saying? And just, they're not sanctioned over there. I told y'all, it's the Wild Wild West over there. Okay. And that's not theatrical either. You know what I'm saying? I already gave y'all Jao Pataya as receipt number 1. They returned to sanctioning fees. Basically, like, I don't give a damn what you got going on. Get out of here. Right? That was specifically to sever ties with the Zuffa promotional event. That's a sanctioning body looking at a fighter, basically saying, we do not recognize what's happening if you go down this road. If your dream is undisputed, multiple belts, one throne, Zuffa, as it's structured right now, is a dead end for that, for those type of fighters, right? Like I said, the fighters who've already been established, the fighters who held belts before, or even have aspirations of holding belts. Now, a pro, an example I'll use is Jalil Hackett. He's a prime example. If you're hungry, if you're young, and you've never pretty much held a belt, then he is, perfect pretty much for Zuffa boxing, because he doesn't know what it feels like to be a champion. Or does he? I don't think he's ever been a champion. No. He's 23 years old, no world title. You know what I'm saying? He signed with Zuffa, and he gets put on their platform. He just delivered a unanimous decision over a former world challenger, Sergey. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Durbin Vetchek. You know what I'm saying? That's he's getting the exposure and the opposition level that he might not have gotten as fast in traditional boxing, right? Because we saw him fighting in Puerto Rico, where, in my opinion, they robbed him in that last fight. He wasn't fighting as often as he liked. You know what I'm saying? So Zuffa is literally profiling him as basically a primetime player. And I'm good with that, because that is something that someone like him wanted. And that's something that fits, you know what I'm saying? That fits what he wants out of his career, right? For a guy like Hackett, no belt to protect, no undisputed dreams that I've heard him say anyway on the line. Zuffa is a financial and a developmental accelerator. Because, one thing I will say about Dana, he gonna make you fight. Bigger stages, bigger money, big paydays. They get knockout bonuses and stuff like that over there. So faster. He's not losing anything basically by signing over there, because he's got nothing tied up. You know what I'm saying? In the system just yet. Right? So that's just pros and cons of how I look at it from somebody who it's like, what are your dreams? Like Eddie said it before, if you have aspirations to become undisputed and stuff, don't go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it really depends on you and what it is that you want out of your career, and, how you want your career managed. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with Shakur, and we're going to get to him. Oh, baby, I can't wait. But right now, I need to give you all this information. But, certain guys have different aspirations as they reach certain points in their career. right? So it's completely up to them what they want to do and how they want to move forward. The only issue that I have, and a lot of people that, I speak to and, think just like me, have the same issues. Don't go over there and call out guys over here and then acting like guys over here are afraid of you. When you were over here, you were kind of meek and mild, but now that you're over there, you big and bold, right? So that's just where I am in that whole situation. There are a lot of different rules and regulations that are like from the House bill that aren't in the Senate bill. I know I read previously about how many fights you have to, like within the UBO, there's like the Senate bill would limit a fighter's first contract with the UBO to maximum of, I think it was like 3 years, right? So these are the notable differences between the House and the Senate. So that's for the Senate, right? And this is provided the fighter has not signed a promotional agreement before. See the caveat? After the first contract, fighters can sign deals for up to like 6 years. So if they re-up, basically they can extend their contracts, right? They would be allowed to negotiate new deals 90 days before the expiration of any other contract, right? The House bill would give fighters only 30 days. So that's the difference between the House and the Senate when it comes to expiring contracts and stuff like that. So basically, if you sign on, let's say you're like 17 or 18, right? And now you locked in and someone put you in like a 10-year contract. Because remember, originally I was like, dang, they putting these boys on like 360s. It's like you got to fake your death to get out of some of these contracts. But now it just appears as if they're going to lessen the amount of time that they can kind of hold you hostage, which is a good thing, because if you go over there and you don't like it, you want to be able to move around. In the Senate bill, I think the UBO fighters would have like access, as we saw, to their equipment and the facilities. Because remember, Richardson Hitchens and all of them, they say they love, the UFC facility, and they can go over there and play with their little weights and stuff like that. But, whatever. The Senate bill, it keeps the barrier, though, between the UBO, which is the Unified Boxing Organization, and boxing managers, similar to the provisions in the current ILEAT Act. Obviously, to prevent what we were worried about, the financial conflict, right? So the UBOs are prohibited from charging fees for fighters for title contests. Now, this is under the Senate, right? So, like I told you, there's 2 different versions. I think this is the one that Ali Walsh was supporting. He discussed, I believe, the Senate version last time we talked to him, and I think that's why he went over to this meeting. He took this meeting with them. He wanted to take that meeting with them before he took the meeting with the Senate to see if there was anything they can come up with to kind of produce a new outcome that would be more beneficial for the fighters, right? So I don't know. We're gonna get to that, y'all. We're gonna get to that fight. I cannot wait. Hey, SBG Mello, how you doing, baby? Hi, Diane Breed 999, baby. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Boxing Source. Hey, baby. T Hill, what's popping? Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, man, they gotta move around. So I don't know what's popping. Listen. So basically, they're still trying to work some stuff out. I just wanted to kind of bring y'all an update, let y'all know they're separating it now. They have a House bill and a Senate bill, and they over there trying to duke it out to see what's going to be the best bill to push forward to actually get passed, and that would also benefit the fighters. I salute Nick Ali Walsh. But like I told y'all before, I think he's a little bit too late with this movement. He should have squashed them like a cockroach the moment that they went to the Senate to try and get this passed, because they went up there trying to grease some palms and everything else. So I don't know. I just feel like maybe that's not I don't know if it's gonna work out. Like I said, it'll work out for guys like Jalil Hackett, guys that they're starting out, they want big money, they're still developing, things like that is really, really good for him. He was in there with a really tough opponent last week and he passed the test, so I think guys like him, this is a really good opportunity for. Some of the other guys are using this as a protection program. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and then some guys maybe, hey, they're at the end of their career or just kind of want some soft touches while they get a big bag of money. It is what it is with some of these guys. Speaking of some of these guys, child, I want to talk to y'all about some real shit. Y'all see the thumbnail, so y'all know where I'm going with this. Now, follow me down this path. Maybe Mother watches too many Lifetime movie networks. I watch too much Law and Order. Call it whatever y'all want. But I want to paint y'all a picture, right? And just follow me. Now, to me, there is a story behind this, right? That I don't hear anybody talking about. I mean, I see everybody jumping off their body, calling Keyshawn a duck, and, probably rightfully so. But I just have a slightly different perspective on this, right? Keyshawn's team, right, formally told the WBO that he will not be moving forward with his ordered mandatory challenge against Devin Haney, right? Now, obviously, Keyshawn is now, I believe he's unranked with that sanctioning body. Is this it? Or he done fell down the rabbit hole. As you can see, he's not up here. Let me move this banner. He's, I believe, at the bottom. I believe he was at the bottom. I don't know why this whole picture didn't upload, but he's been removed. Well, no, is this the right one? No, sorry, this ain't 47. Where's the 47 one I had? Because I know I saw his name. Now they have, I guess, on this one. Who knows? That's not it either. Where the hell did I do with that? Anyway, he's unranked now. Okay. For 147 pounds. Listen to me when I tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all see it this way or not, but the number being floated around, I saw some reports. I think Lance Pugmire, Keyshawn rejected the purse of 2.1. Somebody said he was offered 3 million, although I could not verify that. Then I heard he was offered 5 million. I couldn't verify that either outside of the Haney-act sources, right? But Top Rank put up $8 million. 8. To ensure that Keyshawn got a decent pay, right? Now, money alone to me does not explain Keyshawn's decision to not take this. Like, me personally, I don't see Keyshawn. I think Keyshawn would have fought this nigga for $1 because I think he truly believed that he could beat Devin Haney. But it was his team. It was his team that had advised him, from what I understand, not to take this because of the 30% that they would be getting would not be enough. And I want y'all to just go back, right? Let's go back to the same situation that appeared to have happened with Shakur Stevenson. Wasn't it also his team that tried to petition for a 50-50 split? Wasn't, where's that damn thing at? Where is it? I know I have the clip of him. He wants a 50-50 split, but that was also due to his team, was it not? So let me get this straight, because I personally do not believe that Keyshawn is afraid of Devin Haney in the goddamn slightest. I think we're dealing with a situation of greed, backstabbing, and possibly a setup. Now listen, this is not a coincidence that both of them had the same money or financial situation with the same fighter, right? To me, it sets the foundation for who's really pulling the strings over there and what is really going on, right? Because I don't believe Keyshawn made that decision on his own. I really don't. He was too eager for that fight. I really don't think Keyshawn's not slow. You don't know that that's mandatory? 75-25 for a champion and a challenger, right? And then we see ignorant ass shit taking place online immediately. Here goes Shakur. Well, why don't we come back on down to 144? Let's scrap. This is like immediately. Like, yo, hold up. You gonna jump right back on him after y'all put me in position to fight him at 147? Because let's not act like, you know, we all didn't blink and Keyshawn was in position. But now that you over there on Zuffa Island, shit looking a little light through the bushes for you. Now all of a sudden, you want him back over there? So let me get this straight. You thought probably Devin was gonna drop his belt, right? Which I ain't gonna lie, I thought his punk ass was gonna do it too, but he didn't. I don't know what Devin got going on, but at the time, they went through with the purse bid to let it appear as if they were gonna let their balls hang, right? So all the while, you knew this was the split, and you wait until it goes forward all the way there to now say you're not going to fight him? I don't understand this, right? Like, you petition to be in that position. Obviously, your management team knows how this works. They knows the split, right? I don't know what did they really think was going to happen. They probably expected Devin to do something that he really wasn't going to do. So immediately, here go Bill, here go Shakur, back and forth, online again. You know, obviously, Shakur talking about he loved Keyshawn and, you know, blah, blah, blasey, goddamn blah. You love him so much, but yet you about to take another fight from your brother. Because that's what you're looking to do, right? You about to take more food off his table. Because didn't you just pull this same shit when he petitioned to be Teofimo Lopez's #1 mandatory at 140 pounds? Right? But then guess what? Y'all convinced him, y'all tricked him to move up to 147 because after Shakur, beat Teo, now you're Shakur's #1 mandatory. Am I crazy? Or anybody else see this? So now you done pumped him up to move him up to 147 to get him out the way so you can make your rapid escape out the back door to Zuffa. Is that what this whole smoke and mirrors bit was? Because I'm just calling it like I see it. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe mother is crazy. Or maybe I'm crazy like a fox. Because the other day, I'm looking on my damn YouTube and look what I see.
We agreed to fight with this guy. That Zoof and everybody, they looking for the fight. Nick Khan and everybody is looking for the fight.
Hold on, was there a contract, Bill? Was it a contract on was a contract on the table?
Hold on, listen. They come back and they say that this guy here says 144 pounds. I say under no circumstances. Why? We just beat Brian Norman. Why would we come back down to 144 pounds, right? He rants and raves. The dude keeps saying 144, 144. Dev one day tweets out to him and says that let's get it 144. I say, damn, Dev, I would have never did that. He said, I don't want to tell you what he said. He said he ready for him at 144 pounds. He want to do it. I said, damn.
What about now, Bill? Are y'all still with that, Bill?
Hold on. So then I called him. I called Jay. I called everybody at Zoof. I called everybody and say 144 pounds.
Yeah.
Dude say, listen, hold on. We was already dude say, I'm not going to step on Keyshawn Davis's toes. I'm not going to step on his toes. We got to go through with the 147-pound mandatory out of nowhere with Keyshawn Davis.
Right.
I said, all right,
don't
cool.
deny this, Bill.
Where we can go back to back. Niggas thought that I was capping. They said that I was lying, right?
Yeah.
So we went through with the 147 pounds. We getting ready for his brother that he says everything and something else. We getting ready for this guy.
Yeah.
This guy pull another move, and then out behind a rock comes this guy talking about he'll do 144. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
out behind the rock, I was still there. I've been saying this. I never went nowhere.
With Conor Ben, and Conor Ben ain't even.
Hold on, let me ask him that, Bill, because I don't know if he can hear you. Hold on, let me ask him. He's saying you did. They said 147 for you. You said no, but you said you would do it and you would go to 154 for Conor Ben.
Ask him. Did he say he'll fight Xander and why he didn't call out Boots?
He said you said y'all said y'all fight Xander and why you ain't call out Boots.
See, that's why. Listen, I'm gone, man. I'm getting on my plane. I'm not talking to you, man. You don't want to
Nigga don't like when they put a hum on hum.
Guess what? Everybody he include is getting knocked off, man, in one way or another, man.
Hold on, Bill, before you get off, Bill, before you get off. Hold on, could the fight happen, Bill, before you get off? Can it happen, yes or no?
He's a matchmaker. Tell him, listen, he's a matchmaker, dog. He's not a champ, dog. Nothing we can do.
Yo, I listened to him. Can he listen to me before he go? I want to talk.
Nah, Bill, he just want to say something to you real
quick.
quick, Bill. He got one thing to say, Bill. He got one thing to say. Go ahead.
Yo, Bill, can we? The energy. You said you'll fight Conor Benton. Well, you said you'll fight Xander. Why the fuck you ain't say you want to fight Boots now? Matter of fact, you don't got no other options now. Now you don't got nobody else on the table. Is no me, is no Key, is no Rolly. Who do you go to? Boots is free. Go get him. Go
Nah,
get him,
niggas don't want that Boots. Niggas don't want that.
Oh, niggas don't want the Boots shit though, huh?
Trash. That's what I think of Shakur Stevenson. Trash. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because here we go again with you throwing somebody in front of your damn work. Is it just me, or is this a pattern with this little nigga? Why in the hell are you mentioning Boots in an interview? What do he have to do with the question that you were asked by Bill Haney? And y'all know damn well I can't stay on Bill Haney, so don't nobody run over here talking about I'm defending some damn bill. But I'm pointing out the stark contrast in the conversation. He's talking to you about a damn fight. You go throwing Boots Ennis into this. What in the hell does Jerron Boots Ennis have to do with the conversation that you are having with Bill Haney about a fight with his damn son? He made a valid point. He asked you a valid question. And just like you always do, your ass jump back from it without answering it. Because that's exactly what you said. You said you'd fight Conor Benn at 154 pounds. You also said you'd fight him at 147. So you'll fight Conor Benn at 147, but you won't move to the full 147 to fight Devin Haney. So it appears to me that you need every advantage to feel comfortable in a fight, right? Oh, Devin just fought at 144. What the hell that got to do with you and him? You ain't the type of niggas make concessions for. Listen, I'm going to say this and I'm going to move the hell on. I'm just going to tell you how I see it from my perspective. They set Keyshawn up, once again, using him as a patsy while Shakur makes his moves behind the scenes, whether it be to hell or hobo. I don't know where the hell he go. But they set Devin as a distraction while Shakur made his rapid escape out the back door to Zuffa. Now, whether or not Devin fights Shakur on Zuffa, he probably will. You know, he probably will. They're probably grandstanding. I'm just looking at how it looks on Keyshawn's behalf. Since when we know Keyshawn to duck anybody? Now he got this duck allegation on his back now that he's running with these two niggas. Tell me, since he's gotten with Jay Prince, what positively has happened for him? Because I can't tell you not one goddamn thing. He's missing weight all of a sudden. He's not taking, he flaked out on the De Los Santos fight. He backstage scrapping like a damn fool. You clearly chasing fights that your homeboy is getting. They'll allow you whatever fights they want to allow you to have. That should have been you fighting Teofimo Lopez. This should be you fighting Devin Haney. All of a sudden, the money's not good enough for you. It still would have been the most money you ever made in your career. And I really don't think, honestly, Keyshawn cared about that. I'm telling you, there is a bigger game being played here. Mother's going to get to the bottom of this because I smell mutiny afoot. Using this damn boy as a patsy the same way you did Ray Ford. Now you throwing goddamn Boots Ennis on Devin Haney. I mean, goddamn, Shakur, who do you want to fight? No, none. That conversation had zero to do with Jerron Boots Ennis. This, oh my, yo, I swear for, yo. Watch the Diddy Bop and Flip Flop one more time, y'all. Just watch him Diddy Bop and Flip Flop.
We agreed to fight with this guy. That Zoof and everybody, they looking for the fight. Nick Khan and everybody is looking for the fight.
Hold on, was there a contract, Bill? Was it a contract on? Was a contract on the table?
Hold on, listen. They come back and they say that this guy here says 144 pounds. I say under no circumstances. Why? We just beat Brian Norman. Why would we come back down to 144 pounds, right? He rants and raves. The dude keeps saying 144, 144. Dev one day tweets out to him and says that let's get it 144. I say, damn, Dev, I would have never did that. He said, man, he said, I don't want to tell you what he said. He said he wanted to, he ready for him at 144 pounds. He want to do it. I said, damn.
What about now, Bill? Are y'all still with that, Bill?
Hold on. So hold on. So then I called him. I called Jay. I called everybody at Zoop. I called everybody and say 144 pounds.
Yeah.
Dude say, listen, hold on. We was already getting, dude say, I'm not going to step on Keyshawn Davis's toes. I'm not going to step on his toes. We got to go through with the 147-pound mandatory out of nowhere with Keyshawn Davis.
Right.
I said, all right,
don't
cool.
deny this, Bill.
Where so perfectly where we can go back to back. Niggas thought that I was capping. They said that I was lying, right?
Yeah.
So we went through with the 147 pounds. We getting ready for his brother that he says everything and something else. We getting ready for this guy.
Yeah.
This guy pull another move, and then out behind a rock comes this guy talking about he'll do 144. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
out behind the rock, I was still there. I've been saying this. I never went nowhere.
With Conor Ben, and Conor Ben ain't even.
Hold on, let me ask him that, Bill, because I don't know if he can hear you. Hold on, let me ask him. He's saying you did. They said 147 for you. You said no, but you said you would do it and you would go to 154 for Conor Ben.
Ask him. Did he say he'll fight Xander and why he didn't call out Boots?
He said you said y'all said y'all fight Xander and why you ain't call out Boots.
See, that's why. Listen, I'm gone, man. I'm getting on my plane. I'm not talking to you, man.
Nigga don't like when they pull a him or him.
Guess what? Everybody he include is getting knocked off, man, in one way or another, man.
Hold on, Bill. Before you get off, hold on. Could the fight happen, Bill? Before you get off, can it happen? Yes or no?
He's a matchmaker. Tell him, listen, he's a matchmaker, dog. He's not a champ, dog. Nothing we can do.
Yo, I listened to him. Can he listen to me before he go? I want to talk.
Nah, Bill, he just want to say something to you real quick, Bill. He got one thing to say, Bill. He got one thing to say. Go ahead.
Yo, Bill, can we? You said you'll fight Conor Ben. Well, you said you'll fight Xander. Why the fuck you ain't say you want to fight Boots now? Matter of fact, you don't got no other options now. Now you don't got nobody else on the table. Is no me. Is no Key. Is no Rolly. Who do you go to? Boots is free. Go get him.
Nah, niggas don't want that Boots. Niggas don't want that.
Oh, niggas don't want the Boots shit though, huh?
Trash. This is outrageous, yo. This is outrageous. You see how he just pulled Boots' name out of a damn hat like a rabbit? Who was talking about Jerron Boots Ennis? They talking to you about a fight. You worrying about who Devin gonna fight? Who are you gonna fight? Because TikTok, little nigga, you fought in January. Your mandatory should be calling soon. This is out, yo. This kid is outrageous, yo. This kid is outrageous. Y'all smash my like button, please. I got 20-something likes and it's almost 60 people in here. Smash my like button. Please make sure y'all are supporting the channel. What's going on, Enigma? How you doing, baby? It's just it's out. Hey, Lee, how you doing, baby? Yeah. With the mind of a teenage girl. It's like this cat is wild. You know, meanwhile, you up on Twitterson. You and Bill going back and forth. I guess they decided to pull up to Cigar Talk with they rambling and they nonsense to say a whole bunch of nothing. And got my boy out here down bad. Got my nigga out here looking like a straight duck. I wonder, because I've been seeing it online, the rhetoric and the narrative surrounding Keyshawn. I haven't seen Keyshawn say a damn word. He got to be feeling like the biggest fool. This is not the first. This will be the second fight. If Shakur end up fighting Devin, this will be the second fight that could have catapulted his career, mind you, to the next level. Because I think he would have beaten T.O. worse than Shakur. Right? I think that he had a good chance against Devin, but those have been some really good names for him on his resume. But instead, here go the snake slithering through the grass to bite you on your ass. And I blame him. He's calling the shots. Him through Shakur or Shakur through him, however you want to dress it up. There's definitely some moves being made behind the scenes. Now, I know I'm not in the goddamn Twilight Zone. And if Keyshawn is, in fact, behind the scenes asking for more money, he got to simmer down because you got to prove that you're worth the money that you're asking for. But everybody, and I mean everybody done weighed in on this, people talking about the poor boy. It's a damn shame. Listen at T.O.
Hey, so first of all, how you feeling tonight, man? I feel great, man. We're about a couple weeks out from our fight, and I'm excited to actually show out and do my 147 debut. Yes, sir. Now, so there's a lot of news going on right now about an unsealed envelope with the WBO, about your bid that you put out there. Just give me your general thoughts on that. I did notice it. My one of my representatives for Takeover Promotions, Milton LaCroix, he had spoke on it, and I think that was the right call. You know what I'm saying? We're here to actually promote and actually be part of the sport and make boxing great again. So yeah, I felt like things worked out the way they did at the end, though. Keyshawn Davis just pulled out of the fight for that reason. I just leave it all to God. But yeah, I think moving forward, if these are the rules and regulations, we got to stick by them.
Yeah, elaborate a little bit on him not taking that fight against Devin.
I'm not Keyshawn Davis. I'm not his legal team. Whatever rightful reason they had, maybe it was for he wanted more money. But I think that you got to prove that you earned that money, that type of money. You know what I mean?
What you guys think?
Now, like I said, if that is in fact true and that is what happened and that is the case, then hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Key, you got to prove that you worth that money. And I'm sorry, baby, a win over Jermaine Ortiz just ain't going to cut it. A rematch with Nair Albright just ain't going to cut it. But I'm telling y'all, I think it's more to this story. I think there are some chess pieces being moved behind the scenes. I think that the reason he was brought a little closer, and these are his fault too. If these things are happening to him, he has to take some accountability in it too, because you are a grown man in charge of your own career. How are you going to let your manager turn down a fight for you because his split wouldn't be big enough? This is also another reason I feel like neither one of them niggas ever went to PBC. Yeah, oh baby, it get deep. My mind been rambling ever since this news broke. I'm like, this don't even seem like Keyshawn. That nigga literally don't care who he fight because he crazy. I don't want, I'm not going to say that word. But, Keyshawn out there. He don't really care who it is. And I definitely don't think with his promotional team putting up $8 million that he really worried about some money. I think he truly wanted to fight Devin. I never heard him throughout this whole entire process say anything about money. And for this to be his manager, you know how this works because you went through the same thing with Devin Haney with Shakur. So you already know what time it is. You already know what them splits is looking like. So why get all the way to the finish line just to do this? Like I said, he was nothing but a decoy for Shakur to slither his tired ass underneath that Zuffa umbrella. I wouldn't be surprised if Keyshawn follow him because that's just what they got going on. They're brothers, they're happy, and they're singing, and they're colored. That's what they got going on. It's a shame. It's a shame. Now, listen, y'all know mother puts no nigga in a protection program, honey. And if I keep digging and it is what it is, he will be on this week's episode of DuckTales. I hold no favors. We're going to call it down the middle. But I'm telling y'all, I don't believe that's what's going on. I cannot find no type of reputable source outside of whoever Bill pays to spew his lies on the damn internet. Because it was 3, then it was 5, then it was this, then it was that. Like, what? Where y'all getting these numbers from? And how can I be down? Where can I see this? I ain't just going to run around here spouting it out my mouth if I can't verify it. That's how rumors get started. I don't know, man. I don't know. Things looking a little strange to me. I don't know. Mother see things just a little differently. I don't know what's happening over there in that camp. All I can tell you is a whole bunch of damn coincidences going on. That's all I'm going to say. It's a whole bunch of goddamn coincidences. And I don't like it. I don't like it one damn bit. Oh, my goodness. Poor baby. Poor little thing. Oh, well, moving on. to this weekend's events. Now, I saw this too. Look at this. And then y'all got him, y'all allowing this kind of kid to do stuff like this. Now, the one on the leash is definitely warranted. But the one in his hand, I don't know if I'm buying that one just yet. Possibly, but I don't know. The one on that leash, oh yeah. If I could give his ass a DuckTales Part 2, I sure would. Because I don't like the moves that he's making. And I see you. And I've been saying that since the very beginning. I see you, nigga. You ain't low. I see you. You is not low at all. Jesus Christ. Well, mother digresses. Poor thing. I know. I need to know. Do y'all? I mean, I could be just imagining things, but it just too many coincidences in a row for this to just be what it is and what's happening. Like I don't know, man. I'm not rocking with it. And the first person that was running around here, quote unquote, looking for Keyshawn was Bill. So immediately, my antennas went up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know, man. Son tell me it ain't what it seemed. I don't know. Who knows? We shall see. Nah, I'm definitely serious. Yeah, I'm definitely serious. Nah, I definitely do. Bounce back. We could talk about that because I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say about that. Because I'm telling you, I just don't see it that way, man. I just don't see it that way. I see, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking with my DMX eye. What type of games is being played? How's it going down? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm looking with my DMX eyes. I don't know. But I just don't see it that way. I can't see him. I just can't see him that way. I don't know. But like I said, if it is what it is, then we'll deal with it accordingly. He will be on DuckTales. If he belong there, he'll be there. Believe me. I don't give a damn. But I'm just telling y'all, I don't see it that way. Hey, yo, we missing 27 likes. Get my likes up. Enough with the disrespect. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what type of games is being played? How's it going down? Mother is watching, baby. Mother is watching. I ain't got to say shit to watch. And I'm seeing things. Sure is. Sure is. But anyway, we can get back to that a little later. Let's get into the fights that we saw this weekend, what y'all thought about them. Where do I want to start? Let me tell y'all something. Let me start. You know what? Because ain't really much. A couple of them ain't much to start with. A couple of them was out the window in like 2 seconds. Yeah. Yes, please get my likes up. We still missing like 20 likes. Do we got to go on break for y'all to find y'all fingers to tap the screen? I mean, what's happening? Stop playing with me. Smash the like button. No, that's okay, baby. Yeah, if you're watching on your TV, you can still find that like button. Stop playing with me, Ishmael. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but y'all stop playing. Run them likes up. Y'all in the building. Y'all been in here for a minute, so run them likes up. I don't give a damn if you hate watching. Hate like, okay? Moving on. So let's get into the fights that we saw this weekend, man. There was some lightweight thunder cards up in here, huh? Yeah, let's see. Who do I want to talk about first? It's not really much with the Chamberlain fight. I mean, listen, that was like, what, 1 round, 2 round? I got a bunch of Zepeda. Let me see if I got any, Oh, you know what? Yeah, because it's real quick. Because remember I told y'all they want us to ask. So we ain't got no long, lengthy clips, y'all. Okay, we might could play them over and over, but we can't. I ain't make them long because I'm scared.
Dublin. A countering shot, and O'Leary says no, but the count has been administered. 30 seconds to go in Dublin.
Now there was he got knocked down too, right? But he finished what he had to do. He did what he was supposed to do. He's scared his sister for a second. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I mean, for as long as it lasted, Tay. Hey, Tay, how you doing, baby? Hey, Steve, where you been? Omega, what's up? Yeah. Aircraft. Oh, so okay. I mean, well, listen. Boxing Source, I want you to come up when I drop the link. Let me get through this because you clearly you're very upset with Keyshawn, and I understand that because a lot of people are. Um, Mother, I don't know, maybe Mother's just fond of him and don't want to look at him like that. But like I said, if he is what it is, then DuckTales, ooh, he will be. You know what I'm saying? Makes Mother not a bit of difference. Yeah. Enigma, I'm gonna put you right out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's move on to who else did I watch? Oh, listen, I told y'all I like Conwell. I like it. I think I got another clip of Conwell too, but just like I said, we can't be, we gotta keep low. We gotta be low. So, Conwell, he entered this fight with a 21-1 record. I think he had like 16 knockouts, right? So he has this win, and then a stoppage over Nathan Gilliman. I think that was like in 2024, and then a decision over Juan Carlos. I think it was a brew, right? Back in 2022. So, and I think this is his last fight with Golden Boy, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't see if he said where he was going after this or what he got going on, but he was in there with Paul Crawl. Okay. He was only 12-0, I think 12-0-2. I think he had like 2 draws like Lamont, and 8 knockouts, you know what I'm saying? So, that was a 9th round TKO. He improves to 22-1 with 17 knockouts. I think he weighed in at like, what was that, 153? I want to say. I think he weighed in like 153 or something like that. And then Crawl, this is his first career loss. So, he can rebuild, you know what I'm saying? But listen, he will rebuild. Okay, he can do what he got to do. We needed that though. So I don't know, but I think I have one more clip. Is this Conwell? I'm sorry. I was trying to cut the music off. I didn't realize that it went after that. You said he hinted that he may be going. Let me tell you something, Cam. I don't believe nothing that comes from that camp over there. Okay, Virgil, he lies. They all lie. Rick Meridian lies. So I'm not sure what's going on. I saw that too, but listen, I don't know. I can't be listening to them people. I don't know. I originally thought I thought that we were gonna see maybe Conwell and Boots when Boots was scrambling for an opponent back, remember? So who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens with Crest. I mean, he only suffered one damn loss. You know what I'm saying? So I think I have the other ones because I didn't, like I said, man, I'm scared to death of these damn clips. So I have the Conwell, definitely Roach and Zepeda. How many Maritala I got? I don't know if I got too many Maritalas. I got me some Lamont. We finna fry him. But hold on, let me finish. So Raul Cradwell, I'm sorry I didn't get him. He entered 17-0 and won 14 knockouts. Unbeaten, riding into the sunset. Shout out to him. Quick, Quentin Randall. He entered 15-2, moving down in weight for this one, I think it was. Corell, listen. Listen. He defeated Randall by majority decision. Okay, I think they had a 95, 95, 97, 93, and then 190. So he improves to 18-0-1, and he retains that belt that I don't know what it's for, the NABF. I think that's what they said it was. That's right. The NA. Did I say that right? NABF. I think that's what it was. Listen. Yes, that one. And then Mark. Well, I got my clip of my Mark. I played this.
Dublin. There. A counter in shot. And O'Leary says no, but the counter's been administered. 30 seconds to go in Dublin.
So he was 17-1-1. I think he was on a 2-fight win streak. And then Pierce O'Leary, he entered 19-0. He was unbeaten. He was coming off that good win of Maxie Hughes back in March. Obviously Chamberlain was the better man. He defeated him by 10th round knockout. Okay, I think it was like 3 or 4 knockdowns across the whole fight. Both men down multiple times. That's why I said he scared me. He worried mother. But it was a little bit of a. What did y'all think of the finish? Right? I mean, listen. Chamberlain moves to 18-1. O'Leary, he's suffering his first career loss. I don't know if y'all think so, but maybe it's fight of the year candidate. When we start doing our tally for this year's award show, we can make sure somebody write this down and just remind mother, because I don't think I wrote it down. Maybe I'll write it down when I get off this live. This, it could be fight of the year, a candidate anyway, because we got so many this year. Who the hell knows? So I did not get too many other Maritala clips. Let me tell you something. What y'all think of the first half of that fight? I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I thought Conceição was doing all right for like 2 rounds. I think like the first 2 rounds he was doing okay. Maritala was 24-0, 17 knockouts, undefeated. He's still the IBF champion. He had a majority decision retaining his belt when he fought Andy Cruz. Even though I thought those scorecards were egregious, he won. Who else did he do? Who else did who did he fight before then? I forget who the hell he was. It wasn't who the I know he fought oh God, I can't even think of his damn name now. I got his face in my head. I hate when that happens. But Robinson Conceição, he's 37. He entered, I think it was 21-3. He was moving up in weight, coming off of a loss. So Maritala, he retains his belts. Shout out to him, because Abdullah might need that for something. But let's listen to him on moving up, though.
I did okay. I think I did just enough to win. I could have done a lot better. But yeah, man, this is boxing. He's a good fighter. He's been in there with a lot of good fighters. So just one of those fights. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it with the team. But yeah, man, it's like weight. I'm feeling it in my performances. So it's definitely something to discuss with my team, and hopefully we'll move up.
So he possibly may be moving up. But I know if he unifies, he may not be under the stress of making weight or whatever. And I did see Abdullah Mason there. He was just seeing what's going on at the 135-pound division, so who knows? I'm just throwing that out there. Who knows what the future could possibly holds if he stays down at 135, which he looked like he needed to move up. It wasn't crazy to me, but he looked like maybe he'll be better at 140, because he mentioned something about his like strength or something, like he did feel like a little weaker in there. Man, he was hitting Conceição with everything but the damn kitchen sink. He was getting tagged a lot too. You see that nugget up under his eye. So, who knows what it is that he plans to do. But that was a co-main event. 2 Jules. Oh, thank you. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all are supporting the channel, man. Make sure y'all are smashing the like button as we continue to get into the main events. Let's see. He's food at 140. Oh my goodness, Kay. All right, we can talk about it. Hey, Teach Baby, how you doing? Happy Sunday. I know what it's for. I know what I knew what it stands for, baby. I just don't know what the hell. Okay. Thank you, Aircraft. So it does line you up for another belt. Because when I saw it, I looked it up, so I knew what it stood for. I just wasn't sure what place it played in the whole grand scheme of things. But thank you. aircraft. They got too many belts. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. It's hard to keep up with these damn belts. But okay, so those belts, and then it's another one too, like the IBA and all of that. Those are stepping stones for the big belts, right? Okay. Well, apparently he was looking at Ray Maritala, just in case Ray Maritala decides to stay at 135, possibly Lamont Roach, but I can't see why he would waste his time with Lamont Roach. Let's talk about Lamont Roach, shall we? So obviously he was the main event with William Zepeda, and we have a couple of his clips as well.
Is right there. Ooh, good shot. Uppercut. And then got him off balance. Like 6 punches right there. Ooh, good shot. Uppercut. And then got him off balance. Like 6 punches right there.
Y'all, Zepeda whooped his ass. Zepeda put hands, shoulders, knees, and toes on Lamont Roach. Did y'all see that? Lord of mercy. Oh my God. Let's listen to what the brother had to say after the fight.
Was there something about him that maybe you didn't expect?
Yeah, like I said, coming into the fight, we just thought he was a one-trick pony. He actually used his feet. As you can see, he was stepping back and kind of countering or not allowing me to get my counters off. And, he did it the whole fight. So, I had to switch a couple things up. And, I just didn't succeed.
Now, we are going to be nice. Right. So let's see. William Zepeda, he entered the fight with a record of 33-1 with 27 knockouts. He lost to Shakur back in July. He won over Tevin Farmer twice, once in 2024 by decision and then in split decision back in March of 2025. Lamont, he entered the fight 25-1-3, well, 25-1-2 at this time. He had a majority draw against Isaac, Pitbull Cruz in December, a draw against Gervonta Tank Davis earlier last year. Listen, the scorecards read 117-111, 2 of them, and then 118-110. Zepeda is now the WBC lightweight champion. He moves to 34-1, and Roach falls to 25-2-3. Now let me tell y'all something. To me, this is not a slump for Lamont Roach, right? 0 wins across his last 3-4 fights. Questions like I asked y'all originally, do we think he need to go his ass back down 130 pounds? It's just a question. It's just a question because let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Hey, hey, Mr. Lynch, how you doing, baby? So let me tell you something. Lamont Roach, I think, in my personal opinion, got a little big-headed after that draw with Gervonta Tank Davis. That whole tour that he went on for that draw. And then he got back in the ring at 140 pounds against Pitbull Cruz and obtained another draw, right? And he mentioned after that fight that he just wants a fair shake, right? But in my personal opinion, and my gripe with Lamont has always been the same thing. Had he went on another draw tour after his fight with Pitbull Cruz, I wouldn't have criticized him at all. But the fact that he only did it with Gervonta Tank Davis tells me that he was clout chasing, tells me that he got big-headed, and it further confirms the belief that I had from the very beginning. Gervonta was distracted in that fight. And that Lamont Roach does not do well with volume, pressure, fighters. We saw that in the Pitbull fight. Now, Gervonta does not carry that volume, so it may have looked differently. But Pitbull and Zepeda do. Okay? I think that we are having some sort of a problem, maybe. And maybe it's just our community. Hey, Fresh, how you doing, baby? Why you ain't got no wrench, Fresh? Maybe it's just in our community, because I also saw this graph that I want to share with y'all, and I want to ask y'all what they all have in common. And we ain't talking about just the obvious, y'all. Don't be up in here acting crazy, okay? Where's my little graphic that I saw? I said, you know what? This is a graphic that actually makes a lot of sense. These are all Mexican champions, right? What do they all have in common outside of them being El Mexican, right? And I think outside of maybe like two of them, Rafael Espinoza and Jose Salas. What do all of them have in common? They all had losses on their record, but they're all champions now. Guys, I think the reason that we're not getting a lot of the fights that we want to see within our specific community, and I just mean, Black people, some of these Black boxers, is because they are afraid to fight one another. That's why we see this whole theatrical performance taking place with Keyshawn and Shakur and Devin and this one about to go down there and fight this one. And they do more fighting on the internet than they do in the ring. They are quick to hop in there with somebody Spanish before they hop in there with somebody who looks like them. And that is preventing us from getting some of the fights that we truly want to see. I don't understand what it is. Maybe we're not supporting them like we should be once they take a loss, because I see a lot of that too. Let's be honest. Let's have an honest conversation. Because we don't support them like we should when they take a loss, when they dare to be great. Because some of these guys, they have 2, maybe even 3 damn losses. Do you think they care? Shit, Christian Medina got 4. Do you think they care? No. They will get him there and they want to fight. Come on, man. We gotta, yeah, they up in there protecting them O's. Let that shit go. We already let y'all know. And let me tell you something. I couldn't say it no better than what Rowley said.
These guys that fight nobody, and it's all these guys, all they do is protect their O, and it's like they box in survival mode just to fight to the next fight. And they do that over and over and over again. And that's the reason why boxing is dying. When people actually trying to make the biggest fights happen, then boxing is going to keep growing, right? But when people just keep trying to survive to the next fight, fighting some dude nobody ever heard of, or someone that they're clearly going to be, 20-1 favorite or something, does that kill the sport or does that grow the sport? All that stuff, that undefeated stuff, that don't matter. Make the biggest fights you can. Leave an impact, leave a legacy for the boxing world. So the day that you're gone, you'll always be remembered.
And that's true words could never have been spoken. Y'all, we have 84 people in the building. Please smash the like button. Yeah, Tay, they're taking the least risk as possible in order to, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know why they're taking the least risk possible, because that's not going to get them anything. Like, for instance, we have Shakur Stevenson. The nigga's undefeated, but he's boring. And he's not fighting anybody. So what good is being undefeated if you're not fighting anybody? If your whole resume looks like one big dookie stain, then who cares? Hey, Vernell, how you doing, baby? Then who cares? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me. Man, listen, I just don't know. I want to quickly, I talked about the women's card that's coming this weekend, but I also just real quick one more time wanted to give wanted to give these boys their flowers. You know that now he has PFL as well. MVP is doing amazing across female combat sports in general. The branding that those girls receive over there is absolutely amazing. You know, the promotion, you can tell that there's a lot of money behind them, that there is, you know, a lot of, I'm not going to say they all have media training, but you can tell that they all pretty much move as one on one accord, right? You can tell that they're all very happy over there. You know, under the MVP banner, I've said, y'all hear me all the time. Jake Paul is in charge of the girls. Jake Paul is in charge of the girls, except one, which we're fine with, right? But again, he's putting on another amazing card, the MVP 5 card that is coming up this week. Championship fights on there. Keep your eyes out for Skye Nicolson. She will be making her MVP debut very soon, so we should see her start to rev up her press run a little bit more. The other girls, as we know, they're doing their press tours. They're looking for new sponsors. They're just looking to grow as a total. I told y'all before, Alicia Bumgarner, she's going to be on a show on TV, Hulu. Oh my God, it's something. I had it in my head the other day. I think I played it. But it's like a boot camp show, one of those boot camp shows. She's gonna be on season 5, starting I believe in September. So I'll make sure I update y'all as we get closer to that. But it's more or less just about the branding and how they're doing, and just, you know, the moves that they're all making. But I just thought that was worth mentioning real quick. Now, listen, some people I saw were saying that they were happy that Lamont didn't make excuses for his loss, and he didn't. From what I understand, he didn't make excuses. His father did do an interview, a quick one after the fight with Fight Hub, and he didn't make excuses either. So let's just hear what he had to say.
Lamont, I know the night didn't go the way you guys planned it, but just give me an overall thoughts on the decision tonight with your son and Zepeda.
Well, it was Zepeda came with a game plan. He came with his A game. We just couldn't get it going, be honest with you. We just couldn't kick. We wasn't getting it going tonight. You know, we couldn't kick in gear. But he fought good. We battled back, but he was still in them rounds with little flurries, like 2 or 3 different sets where he would get those early rounds, I think, would swing his way. And that's what the judges seen.
Why do you think you guys couldn't get it going? Or what do you think was missing there?
I mean, he slipped. You know, he was slipping good, but he wasn't coming back like he normally do. We'll talk more about it. I watched the fight with him, getting his head and see what was going on. But it was opportunities that we left on the table, a lot of them. And for some reason, he just couldn't get it going.
Yeah, you know, the volume of Zepeda is always like a difficult thing to handle. But how was he feeling with that pressure as the rounds kept going?
It wasn't, boy. Actually, it wasn't, to me. I don't think he was as busy as he normally be. So it wasn't even a volume. We neutralized it a little bit, but I don't think it was that. We go back, you see, we had a lot of opportunities that we didn't capitalize on. And a lot of stuff we worked on, I just got to talk to him. I got to watch the tape with him and see, you know, exactly what was going on. But we just weren't clicking tonight.
Yeah. What did he say to you after the fight? How is he feeling?
He a little down, you know. He didn't feel like he didn't perform at his best. You know, he a little upset. Of course, he chased greatness. You know, he one of them throwback fighters. He getting there with anybody. This is not the end of that road for us. You know, this is not the last chapter in our book. We'll be back stronger than ever. We're gonna talk about it, see what's actually went wrong, and fix things.
Do you think, you know, now looking at it, do you think he should have boxed and moved a little bit more? I know at times when he was against the ropes, it might have worked against him because Zepeda could have racked up points there with the judges.
That's what I'm saying. When we did do it, we slipped the first 3 or 4 shots, and we didn't come back with nothing. So, you know, of course, when somebody throw the 6, 7, 8 punch, you know, you're bound to get something in. But we didn't capitalize off the misses early on, and it changed. We didn't punch with them like we planned on.
Was he trying to just throw like a big one, like catch him there, or like?
I told him to stop loading up. He was trying to home run, you know, load up a little too much. You know, Lamar has great speed as well. He was seeing shots, he was seeing things in there as well. He just wasn't countering like he normally do.
So, I mean, he's taking accountability for, I'm assuming, from what I got from what he just said, basically Lamont didn't follow the game plan. And Lamont almost said as much, during his post-fight interview that he thought Zepeda was going to come with a different game plan, and then he didn't. But that tells me that Lamont can't adjust on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, listen, that tells me that Lamont can't adjust on the fly. If you can't adjust to what your opponent is bringing, you know what I'm saying? That calls for an adjustment, right? That says to me, okay, he's doing something different, so I have to do something different. But it just doesn't appear that he did that, or he wasn't able to, what he claimed, get his shots off, or whatever the case may be. Nevertheless, hey, kitty boo boo baby. Nevertheless, where does he go back? Where does he go from here? Does he go back to pro box? Who else can he fight? Shout out to Chris Tucker. I'm Jab, not you, baby. Maybe you made a mistake. Is Roach still a nobody? Well, that's only when Tank fought him. Listen, I mean, 2 draws and a loss, you tell me. He wasn't adjusting. No, he wasn't. He didn't really make any adjustments to what it was that Zepeda was bringing. And the volume alone, hey JB, the volume alone to me was going to be a problem for him, but somebody else just said it in the chat. Who was that? Yeah, Juice So Sick. You know what? I might have to agree with you, because like I said, he doesn't really appear to like volume punchers, and they're all over you. Like guys like Zepeda, guys like Pitbull, guys like that are literally all over that ass. You know what I'm saying? We saw in the Pitbull and Tank fight, Pitbull was all over him. Look at Maidana when he fought Mayweather. Maidana was all over him. These type of guys, and Zepeda got a chin. He was getting hit with some good shots. You know what I'm saying? But they just were not enough. I don't know if Lamont was banking on some sort of power shots, but he definitely did make adjustments. He got caught in the corner way too many times and got flurried on with no response. It was even one damn time I thought that maybe Zepeda might have been able to stop Roach. Which one was it that Roach was like throwing no punches?
Right there.
This one?
Ooh, good shot. Uppercut. And then got him off balance. It was like 6 punches right there. Ooh, good shot. Uppercut. And then got
it looked like Zepeda was making Lamont miss a lot too. And you know what? Even if a lot of those punches weren't landing, because some people were saying maybe those punches were not landing, even if they weren't landing, he was busier throughout the entire fight. And you have to keep in mind what some of those judges are looking for. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for aggression. They're looking for dominance. And that's exactly what Zepeda looked like he was bringing throughout that entire fight. They just had, he couldn't adjust on the fly. Whatever game plan they came up with for Zepeda, obviously, you know what I'm saying, that was not it. And he should have made the adjustments, and he should have started to, do something different. If you see that what you're working on is not it, then maybe you need to make some sort of adjustments and move forward. But it just didn't appear that he was doing that. Yeah, they were landing from my view too. I'm just saying what other people might be saying, Aircraft, like, oh, they weren't landing, but listen, his face said that they were. You understand what I'm saying? His face absolutely says that those punches were landing. So I'm just mother just saying. Now I only got a couple hot takes for y'all, as if what we talking about ain't hot enough, right? But I saw this and I said, let me think.
Hey, all y'all Haney dick riders, all y'all Haney supporters, y'all don't ever know this nigga stole on me and ran. Cause the nigga sweet for real. He really not like that. Nigga is sweet for real, bro. The nigga was scared. They jumped me for nothing. Nigga stole on me and took off running, man, cause the nigga sweet for real. Nigga ain't really like that for real, man. Y'all calling this nigga Debo and shit, man. Nigga ain't like that for real, bro. Tell that nigga send me a contract, nigga. I'll fight that nigga October 3rd, nigga. Bitch ass nigga, send a contract.
Well, all right. Tell us how you really feel, Tiger Johnson. Now, but this is not the first time that I've heard Tiger express these sentiments. Obviously, we know, was it last year, I believe, he was accosted and assaulted by the thugs that run around with the Haney team. The reason, this team say this, his team say that, from the video that I saw, it would appear as if, the younger Haney started some sort of verbal confrontation with him, and then it kind of snowballed into a physical confrontation where Delonte Tiger Johnson was assaulted. So I can understand him wanting his get back in the ring. I do not know if that's a fight that will happen. I honestly don't think Devin is checking for him. Probably not a big enough name or a big enough check attached to that name. So I doubt that will happen. But listen, he called him for it, and I completely understand why. So I'm definitely not mad at him. For anybody who may say that he's clout chasing, no, he just want his lick back. Rightfully so. That man was jumped by like 9,700 people. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand that. But now this one took me out, and it bears a little clarification. So let's listen to the delusion, shall we?
Rematch is bigger.
Hey man, what weight?
He has to come up to 47, right?
I was gonna say, because there's no way you would do that again.
But if he's a man, he'll be like, all right, he did it that way. Let's do it this way, and when I beat him, then we can have a trilogy.
You went down.
Right, I went down. You come up.
I just don't know that he's gonna do it. He's not as big as.
But why is he like that? Like, where's his competitive spirit at?
It's a fair question. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely need to see.
That's what kills boxing, is like when people don't have the competitive spirit to like get in there. It's like kind of kills the sport when you're trying to be too strategic.
Ryan, baby, be quiet. Mother's semi-fond of you. But let me get you together real quick, okay? First of all, Ryan, you've barely made weight for any of your damn fights since 2019, right? We'll even ignore the fact that you were eating tacos at the weigh-in. We'll ignore that, right? Just for shits and giggles. We'll ignore that, right? But what we won't ignore is that you are the one who chased down Gervonta Tank Davis like a groupie, okay? Shouting his name after every fight, calling for this fight. You even went against your own team to get this fight. Now, kudos to you, because you are the boxer and you are the one who's supposed to call the shots, right? So kudos to you on that front for sure. But to run around now and act like you were weight drained somehow in that particular fight, you and your father are on record saying you were in the best shape of your life before that fight. Your father was saying 135 was great. Let's go. Let's get it. And you're lucky I can't find that damn clip. And mother looked. Okay. But let's not act like we don't know that Gervonta is the face of boxing from anything 140 down, right? What I don't understand and what really grinds my gears is if niggas want to fight Canelo, where do they have to go? Somebody put it in the chat. Is there a weight negotiation when it comes to Canelo? If you want to fight Canelo Alvarez, where do your monkey ass have to go? What weight class? If you want to fight Canelo Alvarez, put it in the chat. What weight class do you have to go to if you want to fight Canelo Alvarez? Thank you, Tay. 168. So why is it when it comes to the black face of boxing, y'all niggas want to make all these concessions? Y'all want him to do all of this to fight y'all when he is the bag. He is the bag. So why is it that Tank got to jump all around, play hopscotch with his weight just to make you niggas more comfortable, to give you niggas an advantage to beat him? Why? That's not competitive. That's stupid. Just like you said, you're not going to do a catch weight for Shakur Stevenson because now you're at 147. How dare you try to drag Gervonta Tank Davis all the way up to 147 with your big ass? And newsflash, Ryan, mother loves you. You still ain't gonna beat him. What? You don't have the skills. I'm sorry, Ryan. Listen. Psst, come here, Ryan. Come here. I'm in the bushes. Don't worry about why mother's in the bushes. Something happened with my credentials. You just listen. Newsflash, Ryan. You're not that skilled, baby. I love you. Mother loves you. You are a star for sure. You can pack them out because you have your own fan base. But baby, the skills ain't skilling, and they definitely not on the same level. Okay? Lord of mercy. Now, I didn't want to play any clips from this little boy, so I took the article and I told y'all about this in the beginning of the show. But he did do, they was on Messy Mill's couch yet again. And Schofield wants to take a pay cut to revisit the conversation of a fight with Shakur Stevenson. Now, listen. Shakur over there playing on Zuffa. I don't know who he's finna fight. Maybe, like I said, Devin will skip his ass over there. And October 3rd, we will see a catchweight fight with Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. It is a strong possibility because both of them, from where I'm sitting, is out of options. Unless Devin is gonna do some sort of unification, but both of them boys is busy. Ryan busy, Rolly busy. Who you gonna play with? I mean, who you gonna play with? So I listen. I'm just telling y'all what the little boy said. He said he'll take a pay cut, honey. He want to fight Abdullah. He want to fight everybody. Everybody. But his fight with Lucas Body is going to purse bid. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. I can't if I tried. I can't if I tried. Y'all think Tiger versus Norman? That's not bad. You know what? That's actually not a bad fight. That's actually not a bad fight. I was thinking maybe Tiger, maybe Brian Norman versus Key, but now I really think that Key is going to fight Frank Martin. Key may end up fighting Frank Martin for his last fight at Top Rank. Who knows? Or maybe he's going to stay with Top Rank. I don't know what Keyshawn is going to do. I have to dig into his business. But I think he's going to end up probably fighting Frank Martin too. Just an in-house fight. Get that squabble. I know Bob Arum probably wanted that belt back. And that's probably why he wanted to allow Keyshawn to go over there and fight Devin, because he thought maybe Keyshawn could bring that belt back home. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I really don't know. I really don't know. Guys, we're missing 12 likes. All right, it's 90, 92, 93 people in here. Y'all make sure y'all smashing that like button as y'all come into the building. Yes, Juso sick. I think he will end up fighting Frank Martin. That's a decent little squabble. I'm not mad at that. So it is what it is. If they do end up fighting, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I got Key. Oh, is he? I thought Frank was going up to 147. But hell, Keyshawn ain't fought at 147 yet, so maybe he can still make 140. You know what I find interesting? I find it interesting that he couldn't make the weight, or he complained about making weight for Nair Albright, but he didn't complain when he fought Jermaine Ortiz. Did y'all notice that? Did anybody else notice that? I don't know. It's just something that I thought about. KQ in the building, what's going on? Yeah, it's just something that I thought about. Maybe he will end up fighting at 140, because he hasn't had a fight at 147 just yet. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that he could still have one last fight at 140. Even if he goes up to 147, okay, Brian Norman Jr. is an option. Definitely an option for him. I'm trying to get a good squabble in here, y'all. I'm trying to see who we can get to fight who. You know what I'm saying? And what is going to y'all smash my like button. It's almost 100 people in here. Smash the damn like button. If y'all can't find us the way to smash the like button, I don't know, maybe we'll just call it a day. I don't know what the problem is. I ain't say come out the bushes. I just said smash my like button. That's all Mother said. Now, listen, I told y'all we didn't want to be heavy on the clips, right? But I'm going to let y'all up here. We're going to run a couple. We're going to run the clips again of Lamont. And y'all tell me what y'all think. Did he have the right game plan? Should he make the adjustments in that fight, as his father said? And then, the question about him not countering as he was supposed to counter. I'm like, yo, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't he be countering? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. Hold on one second, y'all. I just got a text of my son. You seen Keyshawn? Anybody know where Keyshawn at? Y'all gonna leave Keyshawn alone. Yeah, so let me run this clip one more time. We can also talk about what we think about Shakur throwing boots in front of him once again, like the little weasel he is. And we'll go from there. So let's see how we can do Enigma, Bounce Hitchison, Zazufa. Yeah, that's another thing. We're gonna talk about that too, because I want to know what y'all think about. Look, we talked about Dana and his saying that he do cross promotional fights. We see what's going on with the Golden Boy and the DAZN situation. They had to do cease and desist just to get him to even play nicely. We see Mauricio Suleiman. He's complaining that they're not including him, or they're not advertising the belt for this particular fight. You see what's going on with Oscar De La Hoya, where Oscar De La Hoya said they didn't even invite him to the damn meet and greet that they had. So I'm telling y'all that he does not want to play fair. This man has to be forced to even participate. What do you mean what happened with Shakur? JB, you just getting here? See, that's what I'm talking about. When y'all come over here on CP time, baby. Let me play it for you, JB.
We agreed to fight with this guy. That Zoof and everybody, they looking for the fight. Nick Khan and everybody is looking for the fight.
Hold on, was there a contract, Bill? Was it a contract on? Was a contract on the table?
Hold on, listen. They come back and they say that this guy here says 144 pounds. I say under no circumstances. Why? We just beat Brian Norman. Why would we come back down to 144 pounds, right? He rants and raves. The dude keeps saying 144, 144. Dev one day tweets out to him and says that let's get it 144. I say, damn, Dev, I would have never did that. He said, man, I don't want to tell you what he said. He said he wanted to, he ready for him at 144 pounds. He want to do it. I said, damn.
What about now, Bill? Are y'all still with that, Bill?
Hold on. So then I called him. I called Jay. I called everybody at Zoop. I called everybody and say 144 pounds.
Yeah.
Dude say, listen, hold on. We was already getting, dude say, I'm not going to step on Keyshawn Davis's toes. I'm not going to step on his toes. We got to go through with the 147-pound mandatory out of nowhere with Keyshawn Davis.
Right.
I said, all right,
I don't deny this, Bill.
Where so perfectly where we can go back to back. Niggas thought that I was capping. They said that I was lying, right?
Yeah.
So we went through with the 147 pounds. We getting ready for his brother that he says everything and something else. We getting ready for this guy.
Yeah.
This guy pull another move, and then out behind a rock comes this guy talking about he'll do 144. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
out behind the rock, I was still there. I've been saying this. I never went nowhere.
With Conor Ben, and Conor Ben ain't even.
Hold on, let me ask him that. Bill, because I don't know if he can hear you. Hold on, let me ask him. He's saying you did. They said 147 for you. You said no, but you said you would do it and you would go to 154 for Conor Ben.
Ask him. Did he say he'll fight Xander, and why he didn't call out Boots?
He said you said y'all said y'all fight Xander, and why you ain't call out Boots?
See, that's why. Listen, I'm gone, man. I'm getting on my plane. I'm not talking to you, man.
Nigga don't like when they put a hum on him.
Guess what?
You said you'll fight Conor Ben. You said you'll fight Conor Ben. Well, you said you'll fight Xander. Why the fuck you ain't say you want to fight Boots now? Matter of fact, you don't got no other options now. Now you don't got nobody else on the table. Is no me, is no Key, is no Rolly. Who do you go to? Boots is free. Go get him. Go
Nah,
get him,
niggas don't want that Boots. Niggas don't want that.
Oh, niggas don't want the boot shit though, huh?
Trash.
I'm telling y'all, something is wrong with this kid. Why are you concerning yourself with who Boots is fighting? Boots don't have a problem making his fight. Matchroom is doing very well for him. Eddie Hearns is representing him very well. You need to concern yourself with who you will be fighting, Shakur. This is ridiculous. This is a straight up sham. Yeah, he playing matchmaker. This is crazy. Do you see this? What is he talking about? Why don't you fight Boots? Once again, throwing somebody in front of him, yo. This is crazy. Hey, sexy Kendra, baby. This is nasty work. So when I tell y'all, I think this was a conspiracy, I mean it. Yet another fall guy for you to slither your behind on over to Zuffa where you safe and sound. And then you got people out here really making posters like this. Like this is what it is. Come on, y'all. Y'all. Hey, y'all don't let Devin run y'all off a block? What is the world of boxing coming to? That's why I'm telling y'all from now on, I'm just gonna every time I go live, we ain't even gonna have a title. It's just gonna say as the boxing ring turns. Cause I'll be damned if this ain't a soap opera. I will be damned if this ain't a soap opera. That poster is hilarious. It is hilarious for sure. I just can't with this kid. You see it? You see it? Come on, man. We're not gonna play these games. We're not gonna continue to play these games with Shakur and his little merry band of whatever they are. Honestly, this is ridiculous. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. Go fight Boots. Who is you? Who is you? He got into it earlier with what is that guy? Champ, I think Champ Side or something. He got into it with him. He continues to he online doing a whole bunch of back and forth. A whole bunch of back and forth with people that have nothing to do with his situation whatsoever. You're on Zuffa. Who are you going to fight, Shakur? But everybody wants Tank to jump weight classes, right? That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants Tank to jump around. But like I said, when you want to fight Canelo, you know where you got to go. What's next for these young men, guys? What's next for these champions? Muratalla, Abdullah, Zepeda. Do we think we'll see a Zepeda and Abdullah fight? I don't think Oscar wants that type of problems. I just don't know. Muratalla, if he moves up to 140, who do we see him fighting? Maybe if Frank Martin, maybe I think a good fight would be him and Gary. If Gary ain't got nothing on the table yet. I think I saw something about Pitbull. He has a fight that he's trying to make happen. But who's next for these guys? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my. Who knows? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What's next for Lamont Roach? Back to pro box? Is that where he goes? Nasty business. What about this poor little prospect that got knocked out? We think we'll see him again soon? Y'all, this is some nasty business going on around here. This is real gross. I don't know what Devin's going to do. I don't know what any of them are going to do. You said who? Ray Cook, all them dudes. Who are you talking about? Cook or who? At 140? Yeah, that's what I thought. He only 17. So we don't think that, you know what? Maybe. Hey, Dean, baby. Shout out to Dean in the super chat. Yeah, I don't know. You know, who's next for these guys? I don't know what's next for Lamont Roach. I mean, listen. The brother, he didn't make any adjustments. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make any adjustments. The adjustments that he should have made. And his father basically said as much. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know what's up with him. He shouldn't. Oh, you said that the guys at 140? JB, I don't know if he's going to fight him or not. He doesn't really say that he's going to fight Ryo. As a matter of fact, he said that he's not going to fight Ryo. So if he ends up fighting him, then you know what that means. Pack Roach up. Yeah, listen. I'm not going to say, hey, babe. I can't hear you. Something wrong with your mic, baby.
You can hear me?
I can hear you now. What's up? Yeah, I can hear you, baby. What's up?
How you doing? How you doing, Queen?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What we talking about today?
What did you want to? Well, I covered, what I thought was going on with the situation with Shakur, Keyshawn, and Jay Prince. Tell me how you see it. I don't know if you just got here, you didn't hear my thoughts on this situation, but I think there's something bigger at play here. I think that yet again, Keyshawn was used as a pawn, and that Shakur will be stealing yet another major fight from him. If you look at the pattern, what happened when Keyshawn got himself named number one for Teofimo's belt? Who ended up fighting Teofimo Lopez? Shakur Stevenson. And now you have this situation where all of a sudden Keyshawn's management team is telling him that 30% is not going to be good enough for him. Like, I'm just not sure that I'm buying. I don't see Keyshawn ducking anybody. Because the boy is, he's 730, in my opinion. I don't think that he's afraid to fight anyone. And I really don't think he gave a damn how much money he would get for fighting Devin. I think he just wanted to beat Devin's behind. But the powers that be, for whatever reason, decided that this was not a good deal for him. My question is, when did you know that it wasn't a good deal for you? Because you went through the same situation with Shakur Stevenson when you wanted him to fight Devin Haney with the split. So you know about the purse splits, right? But all of a sudden, that money's not good enough for you. Mind you, Bob Arum and Top Rank put up $8 million. I don't know. I just look at things a little differently. I just look at the pattern of how things shook out. I look at who is the common denominator. I see the little gay things that's being done here. Why don't you go and fight Boots? Like, what does Boots have to do with this whole situation? Why is that even a talking point of yours when you're trying to get yourself a fight? That makes no sense to me. Why would you want your op, a nigga that you plan on fighting, while you're trying to yet again throw somebody else in front of you? The same way that you did with Raymond Ford, you done got him cooked. You know what I'm saying? By Oshaki Foster. You attempted to throw Keyshawn in front of you because he got named number one as the mandatory at the blink of an eye. But I think that was all a distraction so that he could sign the Zuffa without any type of backlash. Well, I guess at least halted backlash for the time that it was able to be withheld. I don't know, man. I just look at things a little differently. I'm not so quick to call Key, a duck, because there's too many different numbers floating around out there. Oh, he turned down 2 million. He turned down 3 million. He turned down 5 million. It's like, where y'all niggas getting these numbers from? Who are y'all getting y'all information from? That's all I want to know. If I can verify it, then I ain't got no problem calling him a duck. I definitely don't. He can be on the next episode of DuckTales. I ain't got no problem with it. But what I need to know is where y'all getting y'all information from, and is it verifiable, and is it credible? Because I know that Bill, he liked to sprinkle salt on a couple things, so I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. I'm just trying to put two and two together. But you tell me how you see it.
Well, I heard most of everything. Shout out to you because you're a hardcore fan. You know what I'm saying? But before I get on Shakur Tweederson, I got to say, Keyshawn, he ducked. I blame the whole team. I'm going to keep it a being. I blame the whole team.
Okay.
Now, for my opinion, I feel like Keyshawn should have turned that down. I feel like he should have took that fight because he been missing weight at 135. Ran off, went to 140. Took a tune-up fight. Then move up to 147 and started capping. So my thing is, he supposed to be Mr. Businessman. What the fuck is going on with everything y'all doing right now? You supposed to be getting all the big fights. You're supposed to be chasing after the belts, but you can't even make weight. You're struggling to make weight. You crying about Shakur stepping on your toes and all this brother love shit. That junk just pissing me off with these two, especially Shakur Duckerson. He ducking everybody. I don't know why everybody call him an elite fighter. Who is he fighting? As far as Teofimo, and he been having hoes. But my thing is, if you gonna fight Devin Haney, fight him at 147 instead of trying to make him drop the belt. I don't understand. I don't understand what the hell going on. But my thing is, I'm not a big fan of Shakur Duckerson. I can't stand this fool, man. He making boxing look weird. Him and Keyshawn, all this brother love shit, that's out the window. Y'all need to fight each other or fight some elite fighters. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and I have to say, I definitely agree. I will say this, right? I understand what you're saying, that he missed the weight against De Los Santos. I think that was deliberate because immediately after that, wasn't he named Teofimo Lopez's #1 contender at 140? And then poof, who fought Teo? That's what I'm saying, y'all. It's to me, I look at things just a little deeper, yo. I'm just looking at it. Maybe my little conspiracy mind need to stop it, but I just look at things just a little bit deeper. I look at the moves that are being made behind the scenes because I just can't wrap my head around the fact that Keyshawn would duck a Devin Haney. It's just me personally. I don't think anybody ducks Devin Haney, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But because it's always some type of voodoo surrounding every little negotiation they got going on. It's always some type of voodoo around whatever they got going on. It's just always something with them. So I don't know. And then I seen his purse bid situation with the Sandor Martin where he dropped his belt because the money wasn't good enough. But now he's in the position of a driver's seat. And I agree with whoever that was in the chat that said he should have took the money no matter what. That's what I thought he was gonna do. Because I'm like, yo, Key don't care. Like Key is one of those ninjas that will fight anybody. So I'm really thinking, and unless he got me completely fooled, I'm thinking Key don't care. He will fight Devin. He don't give a damn if you give him $1. He just want to beat Devin. But to me, it's like that money, $2 million, whatever the case may be. And again, Top Rank put up $8 million to make sure you at least saw something. You know what I'm saying? And it still would have been more money than you ever made. So I can't see why he would turn that down. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, it's some voodoo behind this. It's some voodoo going on.
All right, so I boxed myself. If it was me, I would have took the fight. I don't care. I would have took the money, took the fight, to prove to show the world that I can beat this man. You feel me? But my thing is, when he moved up to 145 and he didn't get the Teofimo fight, I feel like he should have fought one of the other champions. Prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't take one of the big fights at 140. You just fought down Albright, a singer, a nurse, or whatever he's supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Because pay attention. When you took the Teo fight at 140, that's damn near one of the biggest names at 140. Right, and he had the belt, so you positioned yourself to be his mandatory. Boom, that happened. Then here comes Shakur. He takes that fight away from you. Now it's like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? Let's move another nigga around. So poof, they done kicked Africa Little Dusty self off the card and slid Keyshawn in as the #2 because hey, even though I just took food off your plate, I'ma still make sure you eat, even if it ain't what I'm eating. That's just how I look at this shit happening. You know what I'm saying? I just, yo, I'm not fooled by this nigga. Yo, Shakur do not fool me for 1 second. I see the snake in the grass. That's why I keep my shit low.
Honestly, Shakur ain't got no other option. He need to fight Rayo because at this point, he don't want to fight Devin. You know what I'm saying? All he doing is tweeting and tweeting. He fight everybody on internet more than in the ring. This shit is diabolical. Man, I can't stand this fool. I can't. They need to get him out of sports or boxing. Because he ain't trying to fight nobody for real, for real. All he doing is talking and talking. And the most part that pissed me off the most, telling some Boots, won't you fight Boots, Devin? Like, man, nobody want to hear all that. Boots ain't got nothing to do with this. Boots is trying to chase out the
Boots
belt.
has nothing to do with this. Yeah, exactly. Boots that's why when I heard him say that, I'm like, did I hear him correctly? What is he talking about? Go fight Boots. Who said anything about a damn Boots? It's really ridiculous to me. What was your takeaway from the Lamont Roach fight?
Oh man, Ooh, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Did you see Zepeda put hands, shoulders, knees, and toes on that man?
Most definitely. Okay, I gotta break that down. For you. Because,
okay, well, let me play the clip. Let me play the clip.
Was there something about him that maybe you didn't expect?
Yeah, like I said, coming into the fight, we just thought he was a one-trick pony. He actually used his feet. As you can see, he was stepping back and kind of countering or not allowing me to get my counters off. And, he did it the whole fight. So, I had to switch a couple things up. And, I just didn't succeed.
That to me sounds like real like defeatist a mindset. Like he wasn't allowing me to hit him back. Like that's how that sounded to me. That's how that
Man,
sounded to me.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was a good fight, but Zepeda, he did his thing. Like, he improved. He made a lot of adjustments, and this ain't got nothing to do with no Shakur. Shakur ain't had nothing to do with that. Zepeda just learned from his last fight, went to his team, and they made a lot of adjustments in his style. Like, he looked like a Mexican out there, like a black mixed with a Mexican with his footwork. It was he.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Hey,
about he all
GHBTB. I'm glad you're here, Greg. I'm glad you're here. I want to talk to you. I saw one of your clips go viral earlier. I want to talk to you about that. But go ahead.
most definitely. He always had a jab, but it seemed like he's sharpening up his jab now. Like he know how to find his range. He kept jabbing them, mixing combinations together. Like his volume, he always said volume. Like it was just crazy. It was just too much for Lamont Roach. The problem is with Lamont Roach, he doesn't have any footwork. He don't move around. He don't angle, don't pivot. And his jab, he lazy with it. You know what I'm saying? And he only put his combinations together. All he do is land a 1-2. And when he was punching Zepeda, it looked like he was in a sparring match or punching a mitts. Pity pat shit. Like, bro, you got to land some clean shots to get him out of it. And he wasn't landing enough punches to the body. It was just too much for him. At that point, he took a lot of tough fights back to back. I salute him for that. He's a good fighter. But my thing is his kryptonite is tall fighters with long range and pressure fighters.
I'm about to say pressure would be for me. Pressure and volume
definitely.
is his kryptonite for me. That's what it appears. And then the fact that he didn't make any adjustments when you obviously saying that, you know, Zepeda didn't come in there like you thought he was going to come in there, then my nigga adjust. What are we talking about?
That shot everybody. That shot me. Like after the first and second round, the third round, when I seen Zepeda switch it up a notch, I ain't gonna lie, Zepeda. I like Zepeda got this.
Up on that ass.
I like he got this because I said he got this because Lamont Roach was looking like a robot, and he was too robotic. Like his style, he was just stiff. He wasn't like moving around. He wasn't like, you know how Devin Haney move around with his footwork or boots. Like he wasn't doing none of that. He just flat footed. I like, yeah, Zepeda got him. That reach was crazy though. Kept jabbing him to death. It wasn't nothing Lamont Roach can do for real. Like he was throwing punches, but he just wasn't throwing enough punches. And I seen the expression on his face where he looked like, I ain't even want to be in this fight no more, dog. I ain't want to be in this fight no more.
Yeah, he looked defeated after a couple of rounds. He did. He started looking defeated because I think he expected like his punches to really have some type of effect on Zepeda, and it just really didn't look like it did.
That 1-2 shit ain't gonna work.
Damn, that's crazy. But D-Free, what's up, baby?
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up with you? What's up?
Ain't nothing, man. Going back to what you said about Keyshawn, I gotta call it a duck. I gotta call it a duck because
man, we can't. Come on, man. Y'all doing my baby wrong. Y'all doing my boy wrong.
I mean, because you got to look at the situation at that point. They said they came out and said that $3 million wasn't good enough. I don't know if there was an offer for $3 million or true or not, but.
Hold on, D-Free. Hold on, D-Free. Somebody said Keyshawn coach is in the chat. The link is pinned to the top, baby. The link is pinned to the top. Okay.
Now, but what's going on? But what I'm looking at it as, at that point, it's not up to Jay Prince or anybody. It's up to Keyshawn to take the fight. The fight is there. Jay Prince can't make the fight for you. The fight is already made. You're the mandatory. You're the mandatory. You already knew going to a purse bid, you was going to get 25%, no matter what the bid was. You were getting 25%. And this is the biggest payday of your career. 2.1 was the biggest payday of your career. And I saw the little tweet that Jay Prince was supposedly getting 35%, and he was the one that advised Keyshawn not to take the fight. He's going to get 35% no matter what you make. No matter what you make.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't understand. Shout out to Enigma with the $5 and Super Chat. Keep cooking these fools, mama. We're gonna keep spinning until Key wake the fuck up. Yeah, man. But Deuce, what's going on? What light can you shed on this conversation?
Hold on real quick. So Jab Queen, do you see that Coach Dorsett, Keyshawn's coach, is in the chat? He trying to get on.
That's who I thought was on the panel already. Nobody else clicked the link.
Yeah, Coach Dorsett, just click the link, bro.
Yeah, it should be pinned. Is the link not pinned anymore?
It is pinned. Yeah, the link is pinned.
Okay. All right. Double Deuce. Go ahead, baby.
What's the question? What's the question?
No, we're just reviewing the fights. We're reviewing the situation. What did you think of the Lamont Roach fight? The Maritala fight. I don't know if you watched the Chamberlain fight. I watched that fight. And then we're talking about obviously Keyshawn deciding to decline to be the mandatory for the fight with Devin.
Okay. Zepeda, I don't want to say he shocked me because I always thought that Roach was gonna have a problem with Zepeda's output. But he definitely did add a couple new elements to his game with the footwork and the turning angles. So I like that about it. I would like to see him versus Abdullah because I seen that Abdullah was in the building. So I'm like, okay, he's scouting somebody or something. So I don't know if it was Morataya or Zepeda and Roach winner. I don't know what he was looking at there, but I would like to see Zepeda versus Abdullah next. As far as the Morataya, I kind of already thought that Morataya was going to win that. If he go to 40, I guess just didn't Hitchens drop the IBF belt, so that would be he would kind of probably end up like a mandatory for that spot, right? If he took his current status and took it to 40, dropped that belt and went to 40, he would end up like in a position to fight for the vacant belt.
Okay, hold on, Double Deuce, because I wanna hear from Keyshawn's coach. Everybody, we got Keyshawn Davis's coach on the panel. Y'all make sure y'all salute in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all salute. What's going on with you, coach? Let me give you a round of applause.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you coming up here, man, trying to shed some light on this situation so we can get some clarity.
I mean, I see all of the, inconsistent quotes that be going on around here. It's like these people gotta stop being hypocrites when it comes to this. Like if a fighter, goes in there and risks his life and get paid. Oh, they say Don King's ripping them off, and then when the fighter demands and actually knows his worth, he say, "Oh, wait a minute, he's a duck." Like, make up your mind. Are y'all for the fighters or are y'all not? Do y'all want to see those big paydays like when Devin Haney did the same thing for Tank because he backed out of the fight with Tank because he wasn't getting paid enough?
And the Sandor Martin fight.
Yes. So it's like he was he a duck or was he a good was Bill a good businessman? Because y'all keep on calling Bill a great businessman now.
I've never called Bill that ever, not on this channel.
No, I'm just talking about as a whole.
Not once.
They calling Bill a great businessman, and in all actuality, he is a good businessman. In all actuality, he does know how to build suspense. He does know how to control the audience from a distance. He's the king of saying everything but not confirming anything.
Yes, sir.
He goes out there. Prior to it, I got on the live and I said, recognize is a reason why while in the middle of negotiations of millions, Bill is saying, wait a minute, Keyshawn just turned down this. Wait a minute, he backed away from this. Like, if you actually negotiating $1 million deal, multi-million-dollar deal, who the hell is involving the public into the negotiation? Unless,
that's
of
one
course,
thing
you're
that
trying to pay a narrative.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that we know on this channel for sure, that negotiations are not done on the internet. They are done in the boardroom. So we know that is nothing but theatrics on the part of Bill Haney. So we're very clear on that over here. But my question to you is this then. Is that true? Sean turned it down because of money? Because if that's the case, why was he not advised of the split going into the negotiations? And why did they let him get to the split?
There's offers this offers that was put out there. This is more offers than Bill just put out there. But with every offer, there comes stipulations. You can't get into all the details about all of the stipulations, but recognize is a reason why these type of things were turned down. Y'all saying it's a terrible business move, but what if he ends up fighting a lesser fighter for more money? You know, like y'all have to actually think why this thing turned out the way that it did. You know, like my fault was I kept continuously giving a lot of these people the benefit of the doubt that they were smart enough to read between the lines when it comes to all of this WWE antics from Bill. But these people are actually foolish enough and gullible enough to actually fall for this shit. So when go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you. So, I mean, obviously, you're now confirming that he did turn it down for money, right? Which is a little disheartening. I'm gonna be honest, because I just didn't think that
Listen,
Key would care.
It's not turning it down. It's not turning it down for money. When you have to recognize that there's legacy fights and then there's business deals, but these things go hand in hand. In Keyshawn's weight class or around his weight class, there's only a few super fights, mega fights that were out there to make. Now, if Devin, Ryan Garcia, Conor Ben, there's only a few fights that will be considered mega fights. Why the hell would you take one of those mega fights that's supposed to be the big dollar fights and take it for that?
I get the business
not
part.
how
I
it's supposed to
understand.
go.
No, but Coach George said, let me just be 100% honest. I honestly feel like building honest relationships is the best way to go. For me, it's the opportunity over the money. At this stage in his career, Keyshawn only has 15 fights, right? This name, after he would have whooped Devin Haney, he would have been able to write a blank check. Look what happened when Floyd fought Oscar De La Hoya. He took everything less. He let Oscar pick the ring size. He let Oscar pick the damn gloves. He would have, if Oscar asked him, he would have let him pick his damn shorts. But he had the mindset that I don't give a damn what he pay me. I'm getting ready to go in there and whoop his A, and then I'm going to be the face of boxing. Why didn't Keyshawn take that mentality into the negotiation?
I can guarantee you, everything that you said was just correct, besides the fact that he had the mindset, I don't care what they pay me. Like everything that you just said was correct, besides the fact that you said, I don't care what they pay me. Trust me, he cared what they pay me.
But he took less.
No reason.
He took less for the opportunity.
It's a great opportunity, but it's a great opportunity for both sides. Now, we acknowledging just having a genuine conversation, the level of star power, the level of star power that Keyshawn is bringing to this fight as well. Because if it wasn't, there wouldn't be so much backlash on the fight not happening.
I think that is so much backlash on the fight not happening because we see the potential Keyshawn has to be a star. He's not that yet. He's on that trajectory, absolutely, because he is charismatic. We see his fighting style is very entertaining and pleasing to the fans. So he's definitely on that trajectory. But a fight like Devin Haney, a defeat like Devin Haney on his resume would have took him to the next level, no question. Because of how many people hate Bill and Devin, if nothing else.
Listen, I cannot say that he's on his way to certain things. I know that he's going to get bigger than he actually is. I know that after he would have beat Devin Haney, his star power and his stock would have actually risen. We all know that. We're all not denying that. But when just like any other thing, this business, from the street corners to the corporate office, everybody knows they want the best product for the lowest price and the hardest worker for the lowest pay. If we allow our fighters to actually accept this low pay, it's a slap in the face, and you know this is what they're coming with afterwards. Everybody in here saying, wait a minute, this is the biggest payday that he's got. Okay, are you saying just because it's the biggest payday, he's supposed to not acknowledge what he's actually worth? All of this is based off potential. You still got you still got a chance to go in there and lose your life. Everybody needs to recognize there's no retirement plan for boxers.
No, I
So
understand that, coach, but you respectfully, they choose this career, right? And there's an opportunity to get your lights knocked out anytime you step in there with whoever you step in there with. Anything can go wrong in any given fight. So I understand that it's dangerous. And yes, I am for the fighters and I want them to get the biggest bag possible, but you have to earn those big bags. You have to prove you are worth those big bags. You can't just demand it because you want it.
What actually gets the big bag? Now, because people talking about accomplishments is Ryan Garcia. He hasn't accomplished a whole lot. He just received his first world title. So that means Keyshawn and Ryan Garcia is on the same level because they both received one world title. But we're talking about
one has more star power than the other. Hold on, we're talking about star power, yes.
Exactly.
But guess what? Ryan has marquee names. But Ryan has marquee names on his resume.
Is the star power.
Right.
It's the star power. Prior to that, he was already demanding a certain amount of money before the Devin fight. Because the star power. That's
the thing, though.
Why is Jake Paul getting paid more than 90% of these boxers?
Because Jake Paul knows how to market himself. He knows how to market himself. That comes from a long line of marketing. See, Jake Paul brought his crossover fans, right? He was on some old silly internet crap, and he brought those fans with him into boxing. Yes, they're all casuals, but he brought a fan base with him. He brought something to the table, just like Ryan. No, Ryan is not the most skilled boxer. Are you crazy? We have eyes. But the nigga brung a fan base to the sport. He's charismatic. He gets knockouts, and he has 2 marquee names on his resume. And Ryan will literally fight anybody.
All I'm just saying is if we not acknowledge that star power means something when it comes to that negotiation, when it comes to money. Then
no, it does. It definitely does. I agree with you.
If that's the case, then how can we justify Brian Norman getting more money than Keyshawn? Do you believe that Brian Norman was more marketable? The Brian Norman fight with Devin would have been bigger than Keyshawn and Devin?
Brian was a champion.
No,
Brian didn't go to a purse bid.
We're not talking about accomplishments. We're talking about marketability. We're talking about
just put a nigga in a coma.
But here's the thing. Yeah, he's coming off of a really, really good fight.
Is the reason why Bill Haney had to sell the world on Brian Norman. All they did was just kept showing videos and clips of him knocking out Mexicans, saying, "Oh man, this man's the killer." I did a video prior to this fight already stating, wait a minute, he's going to box circles around this dude, and he's going to step in the inside and get off on him too, because Brian Norman, he's the power puncher against stationary Mexicans. That's fine. But nobody who's actually a real boxing fan, nobody was wondering, was this going to be the next Brian Norman going to be the next thing? All they was wondering was, has Devin really recovered from the Ryan Garcia fight?
But see, that was a part of the promotion too. And listen, coach, I'm not trying to diminish Keyshawn in any way, so I don't want you to take it that way. But what I am saying to you emphatically is he's not as big of a star as he could be had he taken and capitalized on some of the opportunities that were presented to him. Like, for instance, the Edwin De Los Santos, that would have been a good marquee win on his resume, especially if he defeated him in a better fashion than Shakur did. You know what I'm saying? This would have been a good win on his resume had he taken the fight. Keyshawn is on his way. He has not arrived. That's different.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And trust me, I don't take offense to none of these things. old saying in boxing is an emotional fighter is a losing fighter. I can hear all of these things. I've been in the ring with Wilder, Klitschko, Anthony Joshua, and all of the above. If I can get hit with those guys and ask for a picture with them moments later, words won't never do anything to me. So when I see all of this duck stuff and all of this, it's disappointing, but it's humorous at the same time, because a lot of this is coming from people who really don't know how this thing really goes.
I think some of it too is us analyzing. Hold on, let me finish, Free, and I'm gonna let you go. I think a lot of it too, and I know for me, I compare some of these boxes today to how I see some of the older boxes move, and I just don't see them moving that way. So it's just a little bit. It's a softer generation, if I'm being honest. Of guys that's not capitalizing on opportunities or worrying more about money. And I get it; they're prize fighters, but you can only get the prize if you deserve it. You can't just sit around and say I deserve it because I think I'm a star. You got to prove that too. But go ahead, D-Free. You said, Coach, you got a few more minutes. D-Free said he got a question.
No, I was going to ask. I was going to ask if the money was the situation, was the issue. Why go all the way to the purse bid? Why didn't you just pull out before the purse bid happened? Because the chances of you getting the money that you want going to purse bid are slim to none.
Who said that these? Who said all of these things weren't asked for? Negotiations started doing purse bid. Like, everything that y'all know is based on what y'all Googled or what Bill Haney put out there to the public purposely to see. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking because according to the reports, Keyshawn.
According to the reports, just like I said,
this is not this is not from Bill Haney. It's not from Bill Haney. But according to the reports, Keyshawn was told to pull out of the purse bid because it wasn't enough money. And you said coming up here, why would a fighter put his life on the line if he knows his worth? Speaking on the money, so if the money wasn't enough, why would you go to purse bid? The chances of you getting the money that you want going to purse bid is not going to happen.
When I said somebody, when I spoke to Keyshawn knowing his worth, I'm just talking about if you're talking about fights when it pertains to money. Period. Now, if I want to say, it's all on Keyshawn based on money. Now, Bill, he was putting out there that he turned down $3 million. All the while, the negotiation with Bill, as far as the money part, was pointless because they already had a set amount because they have a network deal with the Zone. They already knew how much they were going to get. Even if the purse bid was $2 million, they would have still got their set amount from the Zone. But they had to put that narrative out there just so the outcome, if the fight didn't happen, which it didn't, the outcome would be this. Oh yeah, it's all because of Keyshawn. Now, if it wasn't all about the money, and according to Bill, we're doing this fight for the people. The people want to see the fight, so we're going to give it to them. So why aren't y'all demanding Bill to take less money? Wait a minute. Take some of that money, take some of that network money, and let Keyshawn do it so we can make the fight for the people.
Well, hold on, Coach, because with all fairness, Devin has done it, and he's done it twice. He did it against Kambosos.
No. It's the difference between Kambosos. Nobody was saying who was the favorite in Kambosos, even when he was the champion.
Devin.
Exactly.
So he took less money.
Nobody thought that Devin was going to lose to Kambosos.
That's
not the case with Keyshawn.
Whether you think that he's going to lose or not, but that's irrelevant.
No.
That's irrelevant if you think he's going to lose.
That is extremely relevant. That's why it becomes more of a demand.
So
that's why it becomes more of a demand when people actually believe it's the 50-50 fight.
No, what I'm saying is for Devin, it's irrelevant whether the people think he's going to lose or not. you got faith in yourself that you're going to win this fight. I'm going to take less money. I'll go over here and win these belts. And now I'm the man. It's same thing with Keyshawn. Regardless of what the people think if he's going to win or not, it's him that's going to fight Devin, not the people. So if he think he's going to beat Devin, you take the fight. Now you're the man.
Once again, everybody has their opinion based on the knowledge that they actually have as that they obtain. You know, like I said, I don't mind talking to the people, and I don't mind, and I actually like and respect when people come up with this, and they're not making decisions based off just emotions. I can tell when the feedback that y'all giving is based on, you know, it's based on logic. You know, a lot of people that's doing all the duck shit, names and antics and all of that type of shit. Those are just, they're not even, I don't even call them boxing fans. They just loyal haters. You know, when you follow somebody the whole career and the first post you ever made about them is something negative, that means you was just waiting for this. You know, so I can respect people like y'all that actually post positive and post negative. So I can respect and accept the criticism as it pertains to what y'all believe in. If I believe it's a good business decision, that's just me. You know, if y'all believe that it's a bad look, you know, that doesn't coincide to whether it's a good or bad business decision. Because I'm answering you, would it be? Would y'all tell him, oh yeah, I'm glad you didn't take that fight if he go and get 2 times as much for the next fight, but fighting somebody lower?
No, because I would have still wanted to
question?
see him elevate his resume, because this is the stage in the game where he needs to be doing that. These kind of opportunities don't come every day.
I'm just asking because everybody's saying that he should no longer be called a businessman.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
So, hey, Coach, pardon me. So where does Keyshawn go from here? Where does he go from here? Now that he has walked away from the Devin Haney fight, and because of his actions of walking away from the Devin Haney fight, does that decrease his value? And will he earn? Will that hurt his earning potential going forward?
The thing about Keyshawn, and y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong, I don't think anybody's ever walked away from a Keyshawn fight saying, I don't want to see this guy again. I don't think anybody ever looked at him online or in an interview or anything and say, I don't want to hear this man talk. The man is over. His market value goes up. His market value goes up every time he gets online. His market value goes up every time he steps in the ring. Every time that he steps in the ring, people want to see more of him. So I don't think now I believe just the anticipation from this man not fighting Devin Haney is literally just what you just said. Who does he fight next? Who does he fight next? You know, like people will be disappointed if he fights. I think I was on an interview the other day and it was like, wait a minute, it's going to be a trilogy with Albright. I'm like, we ain't want the rematch with Albright, let alone a trilogy. But people have high expectations for this man after 15 fights because everybody else see the greatness in him. That's why he's being mentioned along with all of those top dudes. You know, am I wrong about not wanting to see this man again?
I mean,
if he was to fight Frank Martin, Brian Norman, Ryan Garcia, or would y'all want to see Keyshawn in there?
Yeah, it depends on who he's fighting. It depends on.
I just gave a couple of names.
No. If those are the names, the people probably do want to see that. But if he goes out there and he fights somebody,
I'm asking you.
No, what I'm saying is,
because I'm just asking the person that the justifiable criticism based on your logic is coming from. I just want to hear if y'all would want to see him.
If those are the names, the people probably would, and I'm probably one of those. If those are the names, I don't know if I want to see him fight a Frank Martin because Frank Martin is at 140, and you said you're at 147. I
thought Frank Martin's last fight was at 147 when he fought.
His last fight was at 140.
Oh,
it was at 40.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm like I said, it depends on who he's fighting. If he goes out here and he fight Aaron Barbosa, I'm not checking for that fight. I'm not checking for that fight.
Now here's the other question. Now if those fighters that you just named, Coach, if the money is, are you gonna walk? Is he gonna walk from those fights too? Is he gonna walk away from them fights too? If he feels like he's not getting the money that he feels that he's worth.
Like this narrative on this narrative on based off one fight.
No, I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking
he's gonna be turning down any fight that if we don't get the biggest payday that he's had. No, is a reason. What when Devin lost? What did he get paid against? What's the fight in New York where everybody was like it was born and all that shit? Like,
you talking about the Jose Ramirez?
You talking about Ramirez?
Yeah, Can anybody tell us what he got paid for that? I'm trying to remember what exactly he got paid.
I know what the reports are. I know what the reports are, but the courts didn't say that. The courts didn't say he got that much money, but the report says he got 12 million. But the court said he only made 5 million.
See, that's why I keep on telling y'all, don't believe the 3 million that Bill put out there. Don't believe the 2.1. I'm not coming up here telling y'all accurate numbers, but just believe that. Just know that it's not the numbers that y'all see on Google.
Well, the 2.1 was real because that was the purse bid.
Once again, don't
payday.
believe what y'all see on Google.
But that was the split. It was 8.5, and the split.
But with respect, hold on, because that wasn't on Google. We watched that purse bid live, so you can't say don't believe what we see on Google. We watched that purse bid live.
Yeah, we watched that live. There was 8.5.
Y'all watched the purse bid live.
Yes, we watched it live.
Okay, bro.
It was T.O. and top rank. T.O. bid 2.3. Top rank bid 8.5.
I saw the purse bid. Now, once like this, I don't know how many times. I don't know who's up here who's actually been inside that type of situation before. I don't know who's been up here that's been pro or just a manager or just been a part of how those type of things go. Is a whole lot of bullshit that comes along with those things. There's a whole lot of smoke and mirrors that comes along with those things. Like, just like I just said, the purse bid ended up saying Top Rank in Devin Haney Promotions. Prior to all of this, Bill already knew how this thing was about to play out. Just know that.
But quick question, Coach.
I went live prior. I'm like, yo, before the purse bid, before him making the announcement that Keyshawn turned a $3 million, I said, listen, y'all going to hear some things from Bill Haney to try to build up the narrative that we're running, we're ducking, and all of this. I said that prior to the purse bid, prior to he turned down the $3 million offer. All of these things were known prior to all of that.
I got a question for you, Coach. Keyshawn also did a video saying that he knew what was going to happen at the purse bid. So he knew that it was going to come 8.5?
Keyshawn said he knew that what's going to happen at the person.
Yeah.
I watched the live. I didn't hear him talking about the purse bid.
He said,
Yeah,
I already know what he said. I already know what's going to happen. He said, I talked about
That's exactly what he said.
I already know what's going to happen.
Listen, that whole live was telling Bill to get out of his damn DM. If just like I just said, if you're talking about millions, negotiating millions, why are we talking about this shit on? Why are we talking about what people are actually doing with millions, offering on millions on social media? You saying that I turned down this? I'm saying that you turned down this. That's called negotiations. People make an offer, you turn it down. They meet you in the middle with another offer. You turn it down, then you go back and forth. That's called negotiations. That's how business is actually handled. It's not handled on Instagram.
Well, hey, Coach, you know what, man? Speaking as a fan of the sport, as a fan of Keyshawn, the fact that Keyshawn made videos looking for Debo dead, he gonna get hit with a brick, he gonna this, he gonna that. We as fans were looking forward to this fight. We were looking forward to this. And me, myself, I personally had Keyshawn winning this fight. I had Key over Devin. And then to find that he walked away, that was kind of disheartening, man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, for all the actual Keyshawn Davis supporters, everybody that support DB3, man, if we disappointed y'all in any way, we apologize, and we actually appreciate the actual loyal, sincere fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, when I say this Keyshawn is coming back to coming back faster and stronger, and you won't be disappointed when it comes to Keyshawn and the route that he's taking. Now, the Devin Haney approach, how it went down, you know, it could have went. We hope that it went a different way, but like I said, that was based off both sides coming to an agreement. Both sides, including Bill and them. But they had a bigger voice when it came when it came to that. You know, they was able to be out in front of it, and you know we gotta be looked at as the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? But trust me when I say all your thoughts when it came to Keyshawn winning, you know, it's going to be proven. It's going to be proven. It's going to be proven. Trust me when I tell you, this shit ain't over. Trust me when I say it ain't. It's not over. And
child, sorry, I had to go check my food. I have a question.
Yeah.
Will Keyshawn be going to Zuffa?
This is not a business conversation. Like I was just talking about how you know, when you're negotiating those type of deals, you're not going on social media for it.
Got it. No problem. I can understand.
You know,
well,
but
we wish him the best, Coach. I thank you for coming up, and I mean, not much was cleared up, but I definitely do appreciate you coming up here and just, you know, chopping it up with us to just, you know, kind of check the temperature of the fans, because you know, as Enigma said, we are a little disappointed because this is a fight that we were interested in. This is a fight that what is all of that in the background? Who got that background? Mute up.
That's probably actually me.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the kitchen as well. Sorry about that.
That's all right. But yeah, you know, that was just a fight that we were looking forward to. You know, just a fight to help keep the sport alive. A lot of these, I get it, they gotta feed their families, but sometimes the opportunity brings more opportunity. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I appreciate you stopping by and giving us your, you know, conclusion on what it was that took place. I mean, we're not fools. We know that Bill is not to be trusted, but it's just the fact that when the first bid was public, and then that news came out after, it was like, well, what's going on?
I understand completely, sweetie. Only thing I need to ask y'all before I step down.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all looking forward to seeing Keyshawn fight next?
Depends on who he fights.
Are y'all? That's what I'm saying. Are y'all looking forward to find out who Keyshawn is going to fight next?
Yes, I'm very interested to see who he's going to fight next. It better not be my damn garbage man. I'll tell you that much.
I'm looking forward to see who he gonna fight next.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Coach. Depending on who he fight next, might pile on this daggone talk from all of
I was about to say, Coach, look, as far as the standpoint of who we like to see Keyshawn talent-wise, yeah, we love Keyshawn talent-wise, but he proven himself unreliable. So if the fight was like in Cleveland and I had to book a room and go out there and get a ticket, I wouldn't do that because this dude it's always something else.
Bro, y'all just going off a man with 15 fights. Y'all can't say even if half of those fights fell out for certain reasons, like this is 15 fights. Now, when you're talking about the level of competition and depending on who he fights, I think Keyshawn, if you look at his resume, based on him having 15 fights, if you look at anybody that you consider the top 5, look at their resume, and I think very little of them will actually be able to compete with the resume of their first 15 fights. Nobody. I just asked on Mills the other day, the first time that Devin fought an undefeated fighter was his 25th fight. Keyshawn Davis' pro debut was against a man that was 10-0. Keyshawn has been going out the everybody that he's been in there with has had more experience than him. So when they
I think we're familiar with his Olympic pedigree. We're familiar with his pedigree, right? That's not what we're saying. I think the question is, when is he going to step it up in competition? This was his opportunity to do so. Why did he not take the opportunity? I think that's where the question is.
Has he not been doing that every fight? Stepping up in competition?
Not necessarily.
The only fight that was probably a step back was the Albright rematch.
I don't agree with that. I think the Dennis Berenchik fight was pretty.
I don't think the Jose.
That was a world
fight,
title, but that was for a world title.
I don't think the Jose Pedraza fight was a step forward. That was a washed-up guy that fought at 140. You brought him down to 135.
Wait a minute. That was also Keyshawn's 8th fight.
It doesn't matter. The man was a shell of himself. And
who did he fight? Who did he fight better than Jose Pedraza before that?
Nobody he fought.
That's why I said it was a step up fight.
No, it wasn't a step up fight.
He fought somebody with
He fought somebody with a name.
Somebody with more. No. I said each fight is
what I'm telling you. Fight. I'm telling you, it wasn't.
When y'all say a step up is better than the competition before. That's what
I'm telling you. What I'm telling you, it wasn't a step up fight. It was a name.
See, I'm not. I was hoping that I'm talking to people that know that just because you got a bigger name doesn't mean you're bigger, but you're more of a threat.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's the point of what he's saying.
If we're going off that, the dude that do y'all remember the Lemos fight?
Yes,
Lemos.
That was more of a threat than Jose Pedraza.
I know that was more, and he fought him after Jose Pedraza.
What I'm telling you is Jose Pedraza was not a step-up fight. That was just a guy that had a name.
When I'm saying step up, I'm just talking about better competition than you fought.
That's what we're talking about too.
Who did he fight prior to Jose Pedraza that was better competition than Jose Pedraza?
Nobody. All of those guys were on the same level. They was all the same level. When he finally stepped up, it was against it was against
Barenchek.
Albright, and it was. I mean, yeah,
Barenchek, hell no.
I wouldn't say Barenchek. Barenchek was
Hell no, he got
the first time he fought, the fourth time.
Albright and Jermaine Ortiz. Those was his
Diabolical.
two-step-up fight. Those was his two-step-up fight.
Well, it was supposed to be De Los Santos.
Yeah.
But he
missed the weight.
And once
and
again,
started eating popcorn.
he don't. First of all, he I don't know how many times he's already apologized by that, but he can't judge people based on what he would do in that situation.
No,
because
what we
when he
said.
was in that same when he was in that same situation with Lamos came in 7 pounds overweight.
Yeah, but
and
Lamos was the guy that fought at 140. You brought him down.
No, he fought at 140, but he still came in at 142.
Yeah, but you brought him down.
That's what he's saying. You brought him down in weight.
So he didn't come in. He didn't even come in a weight that we still took the fight.
Okay, but you still brought him down. It wasn't. He wasn't fighting.
We didn't bring him down if he didn't come down.
What I'm saying is, you was bringing him.
We didn't bring him down if he didn't come down.
Listen, what I'm saying.
No, he's
You're
talking about
bringing him to a weight class that he hasn't fought at. You brought him to a weight class that he wasn't fighting that.
He didn't even make the weight class that he's been fighting.
But he didn't make the weight class that he did actually make the weight class that he was fighting at.
No, he didn't. 142.
So
That's
at
what he weighed in
at 142, would they call the fight off at 142? Would they call it off?
Will they call a fight off at 142?
Yeah, if he was fighting somebody and they was at 140, he was at 142, would they be calling the fight off?
It depends on the fighter. It depends on the fighter. And recognize the reason why the De Los Santos fight didn't happen is because it was in Virginia and they realized there was a no fight state. And he realized and his manager said, wait a minute, we can still get paid and we don't have to fight.
No, but at the end of the day, we wasn't even talking about
we could have done the same. We could have did the same thing with Lamos. We could have still got a check.
But coach, you can't rationalize y'all missing weight because somebody else missed weight before.
He missed weight and started eating popcorn and celebrating like a show and tell.
But at the end of the day, we wasn't even talking
cannot judge people based off what he would do in that situation.
We wasn't even talking about him missing weight. We was talking about that was his actually first step-up fight. That's what we were talking about. That would have been his first step-up fight.
That's fine, brother. That's fine. You know, the 3 fights before that was against people that had over 30 fights with and almost all of them had over a 90% knockout ratio. The fight before De Los Santos, the dude had he was 30. No, he was 20. He was 28. He was 28-3, and he had 24 knockouts. Now, if you look at Keyshawn's record, he hasn't been fighting dudes that are straight bums. Like I said, he's been moved pretty fast in comparison to everybody else that's considered that top 5.
Man.
Besides Shakur.
I just want to see what my guy do next, man. Who he gonna fight? Huh? What he gonna do?
No,
that's why I said skill-wise, we love Keyshawn. We want to see him fight.
Do y'all want to see what he's going to do next, or are y'all just not tuned in? That's all I wanted to know.
That's why I said I would be tuned in from the crib, but I wouldn't invest money into him making the right decision because I wouldn't go to the venue because I can't depend on Keyshawn. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, that tuning in from the crib, that counts too. the promotional companies, they get paid from network deals. You know, but
I
respect anybody that actually is a fan of boxing. Like I said, I just don't respect the loyal haters. You know, y'all actually talking like boxing fans, and I can respect that, and I can respect y'all. You know, but I appreciate you having me up here.
No problem, Jab Queen.
All right, now Jab Queen, I appreciate you having me up here, and hope you plenty of success, man.
Thank you. Same to you. We'll be checking on
All right
y'all.
now.
What I got going on next.
All right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. I'm so sorry. I was cooking my damn lasagna. My bad. But
Oh,
anyway,
don't burn it. Don't burn nothing.
no, I'm not. That's why I put my ass in the kitchen. I'm sorry, in my ass in the damn kitchen. I'm like, man, listen. No, but that was a really good conversation, guys. I don't know, man. We gotta wait to see. I guess what we got going on next with King, man. See who he fights next. See what transpires with him, you know. But I listen. We all know that Bill is the master of deception. So like I told you, I thought something was fishy with this anyway, because Key just don't seem the type to me. But his trainer confirmed it. You know what I'm saying? They wanted more money, so you know that is what it is. Oh man, so we'll see. We'll see what's next with Devin. We'll see what's next with Shakur. Or as the ring turns, I told y'all this episode of As the Ring.
You know what? Hey, Jackson, you know what?
Yes, baby.
Jackson, you know what? I could understand.
Sorry, Tucson, I was at the stove.
I could understand somebody wanting to be paid perceived to the threat, the level of the threat. I can understand that.
For sure.
I mean that's fine, but like I said, you was going to purse bid. You knew that you wasn't going to get the money, quote unquote, that you're looking for. Why not just pull out of the fight before you even make it a purse bid? Say, you know what, they're not offering me what I want. I'm out. You already knew you wasn't getting offered the money that you wanted to get. Or if that's the case, you already knew that, because if you wanted $3 million and you're going to purse bid, you wasn't getting the $3 million prior to you going to purse bid, the chances of you getting that $3 million are slim to none going to a purse bid.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
What up, 2 cents?
What's that, 2 cents?
I'm just confused. Like, why is his trainer on the internet tour?
I don't know.
Trying to defend Keyshawn.
This damage control.
I seen him on Mill City. I haven't really watched any of his interviews, but I'm like, why? What are you saying? What are you like? What are you possibly talking about? He turned down the fight.
Cheerleader.
He turned down the fight. He felt like it wasn't enough money. Whether he's right or whether he's wrong, that's what his decision was. So why are we still talking about this, y'all?
You know what?
I think I had some questions as to why he turned it down. Because I mean, like I said, they've been in the business. You know what your split is going to be in any particular situation. So I guess to D. Free's point, why did you wait so long? I think that's where some of us were confused, especially me. And it was just alarming to hear.
I mean, to me, to hear he turned down $3 million, then he turned down the $2 million. It sounds like he wasn't going to accept any offer.
Nah, I think that somewhere along the line, somebody got in his ear. Somebody said something to Keyshawn, man. Like it had to be something. Something was done out of the public eye that affected his decision. I could understand. Like, because at the end of the day, if you look at it, that man has a family to feed. He got people that depend on him. He got a whole team that he got to pay, plus his management, motherfucking a promotional company. Everybody get a piece of his motherfucking check.
No, that's
everybody
I don't want to hear that, because it's always been that way. That excuse makes no sense.
It's
one at a time.
I'm not making an excuse. It's not an excuse.
It doesn't make sense because either way, if you don't take the fight, you ain't feeding them. If you don't take the fight, you're not feeding them. So you take the fight, and you get in the biggest purse of your career. Yeah, everybody's getting a piece, but you got a bigger pie that everybody get a piece of now. Instead of taking a smaller fight with a smaller pie that everybody still got to get a piece of. So it doesn't make sense, because you said he got family and all that. Yes, that's all. Everybody has a family. Everybody, I mean, regardless. But if you don't take the fight, how are you feeding them? Because you're not getting any money now.
Facts. True. I guess at the end of the day, it's all a matter of perspective. You know, like, I still want to see Keyshawn fight. I still want to see who he's going to fight next and what the fuck he's going to do, because I honestly had him beating Devin Haney, man.
I mean, I like I said, I didn't have him beating Devin Haney. I just thought Devin Haney was just too experienced for him right now. But I thought it was going to be a good fight. I thought it was going to be a good fight, but it doesn't matter whether I believe he was going to beat Devin Haney or not. It's up to him to boost his status. Him not taking the fight, that lowers his status, because now people are, you wouldn't even fight Devin Haney for your biggest purse. I don't believe in you. You don't believe in yourself.
That's why I asked Coach. That's why I asked Coach. Does that diminish his value, and would that affect him? How that would affect him moving forward?
Hey, Jab Queen, I'm about to step down, but I appreciate you pulling me up. Shout out to the panel.
Of course, baby. Of course.
Good dialogue from everybody. How that y'all?
Right? Salute.
All right. Salute.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a duck in my book, because you can't, like Jab Queen said, you can't go on here making all these videos and then all of a sudden you get to the moment and you walk away.
Right.
You can't sit here and get all the way to the moment where you know how much money you're getting. There is no more negotiating. Y'all negotiate as far as y'all was going to negotiate. The WBO had to step in and make the bag for you. So you knew what your money was going to be, and then you said, hey, that's not enough for me to get my ass whooped. You knew it wasn't going to be enough. Why'd you wait? So
I don't think the fallout would have been as bad as it is had he not made all those videos and went on I'm looking for Debo tour.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. If the man would have took the fight and he lost, he still would have got respect, because he fought him. He still would have got, regardless of if you win or lose, you get respect for getting in the ring. You don't get respect for talking about what you're gonna do. You get respect for getting in the ring.
Right. Man.
Greg, what's up, baby?
Good evening.
What's going on?
Good evening, sir.
Salute to the people.
Salute to you.
You know, I don't like how I'm looking and I'm seeing things, and I was just trying to say Tank was fucking clowning Roach for losing, but he wasn't. I didn't see Tank clown Roach at all. He just put up a Scarface post, said some good days have a bad day or some shit like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Because
he wasn't being disrespectful.
I don't think he was either, but you have to understand that affects his resume now. So obviously he's looking at it from a different perspective.
I mean, but why people can't say stuff without everybody getting so emotional? If he put something up, why does everything disrespectful? I'm not understanding.
Right, exactly. That shit wasn't disrespectful at all. At least in my eyes.
But what was Keyshawn Trainer talking about? Because I missed the conversation. I came in at the end.
He was basically trying to do damage control, like the last guy said. It was saying he see all of the duck talk and people don't understand what was going on behind the scenes. And we were just trying to ask him questions. So what really went on? Why he pulled away from the fight? And he was saying basically he was trying to put the blame on Bill Haney putting out the notions of everything that was going to happen before it happened.
He told on himself a lot, though.
Wait, so what was the explanation though?
There was none.
Oh,
exactly.
Chamberlain.
He did what Bill Haney do. When Bill Haney be talking, saying a bunch of shit for nothing.
how he tell on himself? Was that you, Greg, that said that?
Yeah, he did a lot of telling if you listen to him, because basically what he was saying is they're basically basing what they was looking to make off of what other people make. Because it was about 3 different times during the conversation where he talked about what
I got that too, Greg.
What other fighters made. That don't have nothing to do with Keyshawn or anybody else. So it was like when you talking to him, you got to remember you talking to a group. And that's what they're discussing, because that's what it sounds like. It don't sound like nothing else.
That's why. It definitely sounded like that. It sounded like they were basically, like Greg said, trying to get money based on who else got money fighting Devin. And it's like, that don't work that way, because Keyshawn ain't bringing them accolades. He's not bringing that recognition. He only has 15 fights, respectfully.
That's why when he said it's not about the money, I'm like, well, that's what you said. You came up here and the first thing you said was Keyshawn pulled away because he wasn't getting what he was worth. I'm going by what you said. That was the first thing that you brought up.
Does a purse bid ever pay you what you worth?
That's
not really.
According to what he's saying, that it wasn't.
Not really. And the thing is, it was one more point I was trying to make. The reason he going on tour is because he was already on tour when he thought the fight was going to happen. So that's why he working so hard now to try to keep the name alive, because he left us with, well, are y'all looking forward to who's next?
Who Keyshawn gonna fight next?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I want to see how he gonna replace this Devin Haney shit. I want to see who he gonna fight.
And that's why I told him. I said, depending on who he fighting, it might pile on.
But he tried to say he also tried to say like Mayweather didn't take less to fight Oscar. Yes, he did.
He definitely did.
Hold on. Is Keyshawn even at this level to be doing all of this?
Right.
No.
Think about it. He got a belt and then lost it the very next fight. Like, what are we talking? Why is this a discussion? Why is this a discussion we're having about Keyshawn? Is what I'm not understanding.
That's why I cut the conversation short. I didn't want to keep going because what he was saying about the opponents that he was facing, I'm sitting here like, no, he didn't face those guys. He talking about the guy that he faced had a 90% knockout ratio. No, he didn't. He had a 50% knockout ratio. He had a 50% knockout ratio.
The thing is this, right?
He came up here to lie?
Basically, yes. So the thing to me is he came up here he didn't realize he was talking to people who knew what the fuck was going on. But I think that the thing that he really came up here to do was to try and convince people that Keyshawn has arrived already when he hasn't. Just like I told him, like he hasn't arrived already. He's on his way if he keeps on putting on good performances. But these little stutter steps, these little hiccups are not going to help him. First, it was the Edwin De Los Santos situation, and now it's this. These things, you know what I'm saying? They don't catapult him in the right direction. So I don't know. And then I blame Shakur and them because that's who he hangs around and he sees what Shakur makes and he sees what Shakur gets and he thinks he's on that level just because you spar with him, y'all in the same gym, all of that shit, just like they mans that got knocked out by hammer hands. You think because you run with them and you hang out with them that you like them, but you not.
So let me ask you a question, because this is like maybe the second or third fight where people are expecting to get certain type of money when Turkey is the one that funded those fights. So are you using examples of Devin's opponents getting paid from when Turkey was funding the fight?
Exactly. That's what he said. He said Brian Norman and he said Jose Ramirez. Both of those was funded by Turkey. Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they playing games. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. None of this makes any logical sense. It doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't.
Like I said, that's because Keyshawn, and Jack Queen asked him the question too. That's because Keyshawn is finna take his ass over there to Zupa right along with fucking Shakur.
And he kind of hinted to it because he said this ain't the place where we talk business. But he laughed before he said that, and it kind of leaded to that. That's probably where they're gonna end up going.
Do we need all of these?
Yeah, you know it.
Before hold on, do we need all of these theatrics before you go to Zuffa?
I guess. I mean, maybe him pulling out was a move.
Stop
maybe
it. You know they down bad.
Hey, but maybe him pulling out of this purse bid was a maneuver to get out of the contract with Top Rank. Top Rank dropped.
Say that shit, D3. Say that shit. Say that shit.
Maybe that was the maneuver.
But can't Top Rank just shelf him instead of dropping him?
No, they could shelf him.
Well, they would still have to keep him that way, wouldn't they? They still have to keep him. Maybe they want to be rid of him.
I mean,
he only got 2 fights left.
He got 2 fights left. They could shelf him and say, "Look, okay, you want to get out your contract? Well, we're just gonna let you sit right here because it's not a timeline on when they got to get you a fight. They just got to get you 2 fights. It's not a timeline when they got to get it because we've seen them shelf people before. They shelf people for 2 years.
Didn't they shelf T.O. for a minute?
Yeah, they shelfed T.O. for a whole year. They shelfed Mikey Garcia. They shelfed guys plenty of times.
Yeah, man, this is crazy.
Why not just fight your last 2 fights? Why you got to do all this scheming and scamming?
Right.
I'm still saying that there's some extra stuff going on behind the scenes, but who knows? Because I just don't understand why go like Tucson said, why go through all of this? It's annoying. Why are you going through all of this?
Because it's a lot
Like
of
just tell a nigga you don't want to fight him.
Like all this shit could. Go ahead, G.
No, I was saying because it's a lot of hands in the pot. You know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
trying to make so they trying to go out with a bang so he could at least be, calling himself having the upper hand. And then also having leverage to negotiate with who's ever next.
But Greg, like you said,
so
he
you
was
think
talking
he
to
got the
YSM.
purse bid? Oh, let me ask you this. You think he got the purse bid and the offer so he can use it as leverage, possibly?
No,
But how?
All he was with all of that, all he was trying to do was strain the cow. That's all he was trying to do. He was trying to just see how much he could get. Now, after failing, Top Rank from what Dorsett said, they're going to sell his contract to Zuffa.
Oh,
but see,
So what Keyshawn was trying to do was go out with a bang so that he can negotiate for more money when it came to the contract.
So when he go over there, he gonna fight Africa.
Out with a bang?
He gonna fight Africa.
No. He was trying to go out with a bang with the Devin Haney fight. He was trying, but
Try and fail.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
That's craziness. See, that's what I'm saying. This whole brotherly
I
shit.
I think they all gonna go to Zuffa, and then they're all gonna make these fights and fight each other. And since we've been anticipating these fights, it's gonna be like, oh look, Zuffa making the big fights, and everybody won't because they, you know what I'm saying?
I swear I said this shit.
That shit ain't.
You know what? That's. I don't know. It might because Devin is headed to Zuffa, and Keyshawn seemed like he headed that way. Shakur already over there.
Yep.
We know that Keyshawn follow Shakur.
They're gonna go
and
over there.
And they've been going back and forth with each other for months.
They're gonna go over to Zuffa. They're gonna go over to Zuffa and put on the boxing first pillow fight. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put on pillow fight.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but Tank might fuck around and be over there too. I ain't gonna say nothing. Like Dana White said, he on talk to Tank already.
Man, we'll see.
I don't believe nothing Dana White says. Why do you? I don't believe nothing that comes out of that
I'm not saying that I do, but you know what? Dana White said he was talking with Shakur, he was talking with Devin, and look what's happening.
Look what happened. They definitely listen. They definitely in conversation because these are the guys who are spending the money right now. So whoever's spending the money, the fighters are at least going to hear them out. The thing is, though, you can't guarantee anything until you see it because everybody just talking, and that's just where it is. You know what I'm saying? But
don't Tank got 2 more fights left with Prime?
Probably do. I don't know.
I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see with all of this mess going on. We'll definitely see. But Greg, what I wanted to ask you was, well, we actually already talked about it. What you were saying when you was on YSM about Keyshawn and not taking the opportunity. I brought that up to his coach, and you was here. I brought that up to his coach, and he basically was just saying that the money basically is the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And how, they're prize fighters and, to take a dangerous fight, you want more money, but it's dangerous anytime you step in that ring. Somebody could clock you, knock you, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So these niggas just ain't like the niggas from before. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
But from listening to him, they basically saying they don't believe in themselves when it comes to Devin. Yeah. That's
disheartening, yo.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's a lot of that going on.
To fight Devin Haney.
Yeah.
It's about Devin Haney because he's the fighter, right? But the danger part is the loss. They don't want to lose.
So what, bro? That's what I'm saying. That's the worst thing, man.
Yeah, but Bill
These niggas is fucking the game up.
Yeah, but Bill got everybody on angles because of what he's doing. So nobody wants to lose to that guy. Nobody want to lose to him. It's not Bill. It's not Bill. It's them. They calling them pillow fisted. They saying, ha ha ha, who's scared of Devin? Ha ha ha, this, that, and the third. So they making themselves look like that they just following hype and believe in any kind of cat. Because none of them give Devin no real credit. They all talk shit about Devin. You know what I'm saying? But then it seemed like when it comes time to fight him, it just seemed like it's a different story. Although, Greg, we say it like, who the hell?
You never lied. You never lied.
Question, Greg. Losing to a fighter like Devin, like how much of that is really a knock against you? You get what I'm saying? It's not like you losing to just like a journeyman or Summer,
It's not even about losing to Devin. It's about losing, period. Because in today's game, if you lose, you're not shit. Especially if you black.
I said that.
And here's the thing. It is a little truth. It is some truth to that. But the thing is how
fans.
the thing is how you carry yourself. If you carry yourself like a warrior, then you'll always be respected as a warrior and you'll always get a shot. But when you carry yourself in a manner like I'm not even a man, like I'm God, then okay, we want to see godly things. We want to see you go out here and destroy these guys you talking about destroying. Now, when you don't even get in the ring with them, what's going to happen is you're going to slowly just fade away. That's all that's going to happen.
And then it's like with this, it's like we are anxious to see who Keyshawn fights next because I want to see how y'all navigate these waters. Because if it's not a big name or at least a dangerous fight, you're going to be clowned again. You can't go over to Zuffa and fight the nigga who delivers my mail.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get worse actually because you already was in hot water. But the thing was with him. The thing is with him though, he thought he was out of hot water because of the fight with Ortiz.
Jermaine Ortiz. Yeah,
Ortiz. So he thought that got him. He thought that got him out of hot water. But actually, you still, you know what I'm saying?
It was going that way, but then you had to rematch with Nair. It was like we don't want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, come on. The only big fights for Keyshawn, honestly, he should have took this Devin shit. He don't want to fight Shakur. So what other big fights do we really want to see him in?
Right.
And this is the thing.
He don't care about the belts.
This is the thing I try to tell the young guys. If you cool out with the talking, then people will almost accept anybody that you fight. But when you talk shit, they want to see you fight the best.
Yeah, exactly, Greg. And that's what I mean when I say that it's not about like losing. It's about if they lose to Devin because of how much shit everybody talks about Devin.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say this nigga pillow fisted. Like, you know what I'm saying? The same thing with Brian Norman. Oh, what can he do? Can he hurt me? And then he dropped you. And then it's like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Do Devin got a little power? At 47, the conversation changes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but I'm gonna ask you this, Greg, and I'm gonna let y'all go because I've been up here for like 3 hours. Did you watch Keyshawn? Did you watch Shakur on Cigar Talk?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it.
Why is he mentioning boots? What do boots have to do with this?
No, I mean, Shakur. When I listen to Shakur talk, I listen from he's like a chess player. He's going to use
the Grandmaster's Gambit. I know exactly who that nigga is. I know exactly who he is.
He's going to use whatever he can, whatever's on the board. He's going to use it. So,
but it ain't on the board. He pulled that shit off the dresser. That wasn't on the board.
Absolutely,
he pulled that shit off the dresser.
But you know what's crazy about the situation, Jab? These are the fighters these are the guys. These the guys that don't duck no smoke. These the for pound fighters and all of this stuff. And it's this hard to make a fight between them.
But
these are guys we've been talking about this whole time.
But let me tell you,
I said that earlier in the live. I said, yo, these niggas are afraid to fight each other. Y'all can beat up on Mexican, Spanish niggas, but y'all are afraid to get in there with one another. What type of shit is that?
But it's because we live in a time where you can lie to people. You can lie and tell somebody, you know,
the internet.
This is what's going on. So you got to remember, these guys that we looking at, they actually grew up in this time. So because they grew up in this time, they believe that we believe the bullshit. So that's why.
Is that what's happening?
No, that's exactly.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense, Greg. That makes sense.
That's exactly what's happening. I deal with it. I deal with it every day in the gym. I deal with the young men in the gym every day. I listen to the bullshit they say. They want you to believe the bullshit because you can fake now. You know what I'm saying? This is the time where you can fake shit.
Everything is about the internet. Everything is about a facade. Everything is about pretending and posing. You know, a lot of them, they guard in their own too because of Mayweather, in my opinion, because they grew up watching Floyd and not Pretty Boy. You know, so
I think honestly, once we get past this little
shout out to Key with the $199. Mm-hmm.
We
hold on.
This old stuff
hold on, 2 cents. Hold on. Hey, Key Boo, hit the like button, good people. Shout out to Key Alexander. Yeah, I'm ready for them to get the hell on, 2 cents. I'm ready for these niggas to get the fuck on. And let's get that new crop, the Abdullahs, the Scooters. Let's get that new crop in, bro.
New guys up
Jamal Harveys, all of these niggas. Let's get them up in here. Get these niggas out of here, bro. With this boxing brother shit, get them out of here, yo. Get them up out of here. Can't take them seriously at all.
Because it's like, what is Shakur doing with that belt at 140? He still got it? That's my question, Greg. You think you can answer this for me? why when these guys get belts, they hold on to them for so long? Like, what is the point of that? Like, if I got the belt, Shakur got the 140 belt. I seen Terence do it with belts. Like, you're not going back to that division. Like, why do you hold on to the belt for so long? I never understood that.
Because it's a game of leverage. It's just like life. You know what I mean? When you can accomplish certain things, it's like getting a degree. You know, people who get degrees, they talk about their degrees because at some point
Not
they
all of
do.
us.
No, I'm not saying everybody. I said some people some people do that. They talk about it because it means something. But as the time go by, you know, you start to see, well, all right, if you ain't making it mean nothing, then what does it mean? You
Exactly.
still
I
got
was
to
just about to
fight.
say that. If
Right.
that's all you got to offer, you'll talk about that for the next 10 years because that's the highlight of your life instead of creating new, you know what I'm saying, new goals and smashing and those goals and accomplishments. So that's all you got
No,
to
but
fall
I'm
back
saying
on.
like Shakur still got that 140 belt. Why he ain't dropped it yet? If he going to 35 and he going to Zuffa.
Because it's
I said the
leverage.
same thing.
It's leverage. It's
To
leverage.
who
Just
though?
it's leverage for him. See, listen, when you see moves like that, that tell you he really don't have a deal with Zuffa. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Even though they announced his signing?
I can announce anything. I can announce whatever I want. I can say to the world, I'm getting married tomorrow, and then everybody say, "Oh, Greg getting married." But then a year go by. Well, damn, G, when is the marriage? Ah, man, we kind of fell off. You know what I'm saying? Who really give a fuck? Now he signed to him, and they said they not respecting the traditional belts. So we sitting here like, well, why is he holding on to it? Because he really might not be. He might have just had them do that, put that together, cut a deal with him just as a commercial. So anybody else following Shakur's movement or whoever else's movement
It's trapped. It's trapped.
That's
Exactly.
nasty work. Greg.
This snake ass nigga. I knew it, y'all. I told you he was a snake in the grass.
That's
Keep your grass
nasty
cut
work,
low.
Greg.
This nigga is nasty business across the board. I swear to God, I'm gonna step on that nigga toe.
Greg,
You
he
let
took
me
a
see
picture in
that
the
nigga.
uniform and everything, though.
He took
Yeah,
a video.
yeah,
To say not a picture. It was a video.
when people cut deals,
I play too much.
when people cut sponsorship deals, what's the first thing they have them do? Go shoot a commercial.
Oh yeah.
That's the first thing they do.
So Greg, you think maybe it's like a
for
2-fight
sponsorship
deal?
I heard it was a 3-fight deal.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh,
It could
3.
be.
Okay.
It could be 2 or 3. It could be something like that. But it's not what people think because while they don't have the money to cover a Shakur, you know what I mean? That's a big bankroll.
What you mean by that? What you mean?
All right, because listen, Dana White in tradition, he don't spend money on fighters. Why the fuck would he now? Why would he now enter boxing and overpay guys that he don't think should be overpaid?
Because this is under Turkey. Isn't Zuffa really Turkey?
My understanding is that Dana don't want to pay these fighters, but he's not in charge. He's just a face.
Yeah, so even still, why would any of y'all want to fuck with him? But here's the thing. They're going to cut deals where we're going to fight mediocre guys and get paid. Where I would have had to fight Devin Haney to make the 5 million. Fuck it, I'll make 2.5 fighting Joe Blow. You get what I'm trying to say? They're gonna make easier money. It's gonna be easy.
That makes sense. That's what Eddie said. Because that's what Eddie said.
That's their whole
that's
business
what Eddie Hearn
plan.
said.
That's what they was doing at Top Rank. Like that's their whole business plan. Except the thing at Top Rank is because Top Rank you can get belts over there. That's why everybody that be at Top Rank be so decorated.
Top Rank just do a great job matchmaking. You know what I mean? And that's what the game.
Yeah, they
is.
have the best matchmakers in the game for sure.
But if you pay attention, all right. So I want everybody to look at this. Look at how when Zuffa came out, they had all these rules, and you got to wear uniforms and shit like that. But then Africa signed with him. How come he don't wear a uniform?
They have Zuffa on their trunks though.
The managers negotiated to get that shit in a contract that they don't have to wear those uniforms. And I think that they received so much backlash from the uniform shit. I think they changed it.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you sign to them and those are the rules, what made it so easy for them to step on it? When these guys, Africa is not he's not a household name. Let's be real. So how come the rules get bent for a guy like that? But that's because in order for other fighters to believe in what we got going over here, we need guys like Africa to come over here.
Said that
because
and look how we treat him. Like look how we treat Africa. He's not a household name.
They trapped them away. They trapped them out. But Greg, you said something before, right? Like one of your young bulls was about to go over there, and the money wasn't money in.
Fuck no. It didn't make no like it was like huh? Like whoa.
The offer was disrespectful, Greg.
Beyond. beyond.
Oh my goodness.
Beyond.
I swear on my mom, it was beyond disrespectful. But
And that's what they do, yo. They give these big astronomical numbers to names we know to lure other niggas over there.
Now, one thing Dorset was saying that was true. You can't believe the shit you read. You really can't.
Oh, of course not. Of course
And
not.
and we know that, but it's a lot of that being put out, and is they telling us, oh, this is the official, grand opening, and we're gonna be doing this, and we're gonna be doing it's all bullshit. I have to present it this way so that you could buy in. That's just how it is.
That's wild work.
And then there's people that already got a track record of doing this type of shit. Like, I don't understand why y'all think because it's boxing, they going to do something different. They going to have the same business model. But I think what they're realizing is all that y'all thought you was finna do, you're not about to do that. So y'all going to have to make some changes.
So basically we was right. They pulling a real Dave Chappelle. Gotcha, bitch. That's what you saying, Greg? That's what they over there doing?
Because you can do that in today's time. People, listen, man, people have had their accounts hacked. Why? Because they tried to give some money to somebody thinking they was going to get more money back. That shit happens to people because all you got to do is make them believe. If you make somebody believe something, they're going to buy in. And this is the time to do it because everything is being done over the internet. So people don't have to meet up and meet no more. But back in the day, when you would meet a girl, you had to meet her. You had to really sit down with her. Now you can talk to her for 2 months over the computer, and she'll think the world of you. She'll think you Prince Charming.
Yep. Amen. This is crazy, yo. Listen.
Work, man.
It's nasty business.
This shit gonna be crazy.
For sure.
Yo. It's about to be the wild, wild west out here because, and I believe that some of these fighters, like I said earlier, I think Zuffa is good for guys like Jalil Hackett. Like I really do. I think he's doing great over there. But what is going to happen for the Shakurs and the Keyshawn? Because they don't have that many people over there in their weight classes. What are they going to do?
But they're gonna float around because they at that point where they can do that. You know what I'm saying? They work enough.
Not Africa.
Yeah, but the thing is with Africa, he gotta just fight somebody. Once he really just fights somebody and he win, then he'll be able to continue on. Until then, he gonna hold on to the O and talk about that. He gonna keep talking about how he undefeated.
So that fight last week, you wasn't impressed? Is that what you're saying, Greg? You saying his fight last week, you wasn't impressed?
Listen, with his skill set, why would I be impressed? That guy had nothing for him. I'm gonna tell you, even though Africa, he be having some shit to say out his mouth. I don't care about that. I'm 39 years old. I ain't worried about that shit.
Right.
The thing is, that motherfucker can box and he big for his weight class. So when you put him in there with a guy who has no self-control, why would I be impressed about that?
So what you think about the Roach fight? And we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna let y'all go. What you thought about the Roach fight, the Roach and Zepeda fight? You two saying what y'all thought about that fight? Did y'all expect Zepeda to go in there and put hands, shoulders, knees, and toes on Roach like he did?
I felt like the fight could have went either way.
Really? Okay.
I expected Zepeda to put pressure on Lamont. What I didn't expect was for him to sometimes take a step
fold
to his
under
right,
the pressure.
Take a step to his left, take a step back. Like Zepeda was really setting his shit up. He wasn't just going crazy. And I'm used to watching him go crazy. So it was impressive to see him set his punches up. And now Lamont, I was a little fucked up by how quickly he faded mentally and fell into Zepeda's hands. I did,
it was only 2 rounds, Greg, because the first 2 rounds his game plan seemed pretty decent.
Yeah, that was true.
But Zepeda, he said post fight, he didn't expect Zepeda to come like that with the.
I got that. Hold on, let me see. I got what he said. Him and his daddy. His father gave a very logical explanation. I felt he was very aware, self-aware, because you know how a lot of these niggas, they after the fight, they be like, I had a stomach ache, I had the gout acting up, all that other shit. But he was very self-aware, in my opinion. But let's listen to Lamont.
Was there something about him that maybe you didn't expect?
Yeah, like I said, coming into the fight, we just thought he was a one-trick pony. He actually used his feet. As you can see, he was stepping back and kind of countering or not allowing me to get my counters off. And, he did it the whole fight. So, I had to switch a couple things up. And, I just didn't succeed.
I mean, my only gripe with him with that statement was, why didn't you make the adjustments necessary?
Because he's not elite. I was just talking about this on my show today. He's not an elite fighter, or he would have been able to make the in-ring adjustments. That don't mean he's not a good fighter. He's just not elite. I think because if he was, I think he would have been able to make the adjustments. Because it wasn't like Zepeda was just over like whooping his ass or nothing. Like if he would have made the adjustment, no, I'm saying if he clearly would have made the adjustments, it could have changed the outcome of the fight.
So what does that say then about the fight with Tank?
Well, it's two different styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that because Tank is not a volume puncher like that. You know, he's precise. He has precision, but he's not volume. And I could tell from the Pit Bull fight that Lamont struggles with volume punchers.
I think that's why he it's like he don't turn on that gear. That's why he keep getting. That's why he like you're not losing, but you're not doing enough to win either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like.
Yeah.
I mean, do we think Lamont has another gear, or do we think back to Pro Box he go?
It has to be brought out of him. It has to be brought out of him because you got to remember he's with the same people he's been with since day one. So it's not that they doing anything wrong. It's just we need to put some pep into his step. So it's just he just need to make some adjustments in his mindset. Also, he said that he didn't think Zepeda was more than a one.
Yeah, that was his mistake. That was his mistake.
So the strongest, everybody knows the strongest muscle in your body is your brain. So if your brain believes something, then that's just what it is. Now, when you fighting a Tank Davis, no matter what you think, you know this motherfucker can punch. So he got your headlights turned all the way on. You got your high beams on when you fucking with Tank because you know one shot will get you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's like everybody on their A game fighting Tank.
Yeah, you're gonna be on your A game with Tank because you ain't trying to get hit with that shit. Whereas
so Greg, let me ask you a question. Do you think Zepeda looked different? Because I was going back and forth with somebody earlier. Do you think Zepeda looked different in this fight than he looked in the Shakur fight?
Yeah, the difference was he took his time. Now here's the thing: he was able to take his time because you're dealing with a shorter man. You know, Shakur is taller and he's faster. So so you got Shakur standing in front of you and he popping his fast ass jab in your face, your body is telling you got to do something. Now when you got a Lamont in your face and he a little shorter and he tighter, you know, his stance is real tense. Everything he do, you could kind of see it because his muscles is constantly twitching. So you sitting there watching him and he's small enough where all you got to do is take a step back. You know what I'm saying? And you cool. So and that's exactly what it was. All he did was take his time. That's all he did. He didn't really adjust so much more. It just, he took his time. He boxed. He didn't just fight. And with Shakur, he was just fighting. He was just going forward, swinging. And whatever he could hit, he would hit. Because again, in his mind, all he believed was, this motherfucker Shakur is very defensive. So I got to make him make mistakes. But with Lamont is so patient, he'll give you time to set up shit. If that makes any sense.
Well, I think it's because Lamont waits to counter too.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was about to say he didn't. Yeah, he's very patient and he wasn't countering like he should have.
He was waiting. It was like he was waiting. It was like, punch Lamont, punch, nigga, you just standing there. And then he kept getting caught on the ropes. In the first 2 rounds, he was using the jab. When Zepeda got close, he would throw that check hook and he would angle out and he would get himself off the ropes. By the 3rd round, Zepeda just kept walking him to the ropes and he just kept sitting there like covering up, just getting hit. But he would always have these little spurts in the round. I think if he would have fought in more of those spurts, maybe it probably would have been a closer fight.
Yeah, but then you also asking his heart to damn near bust. And he might not have trained for that.
That's true. Hey, sometimes you got to bring it out, Greg.
No, for sure.
And I think too that he was a little disappointed when he saw those punches weren't affecting Zepeda the way he thought they would.
No, he hurt Zepeda like 2 or 3 times though. He did catch Zepeda like, I know twice for sure. He buzzed Zepeda with some shit, but he didn't capitalize off of it. It's like he just stood there.
The recovery time is crazy on Zepeda too, because from what I was watching, he was getting caught with some really good shots and he was still coming forward. You know what I'm saying? So it was almost like
too. And Greg, let me know what you think about this. Has Lamont Roach not been fighting smaller fighters? And I'm not saying that as a shot. I'm saying Lamont is a big guy, and he's been fighting at 130. So he may be able to be in the pocket with those guys, and those shots hurt him. But Zepeda probably the biggest dude he ever fought.
I mean, Jamel Herring was pretty big, but
I about to say Jamel Herring. What
so
about what's his name too? The one that Tank knocked blind.
Hector
Garcia.
Garcia.
Yeah, Hector
Yeah.
Garcia. I mean, listen, what's his name? Roach is not a big guy like tall wise, but he is a sturdy guy. He is short, stocky guy. He about the same height as me, 5'6", 5'7". He ain't really that big. But the thing is, that might be a point where when he was fighting at 130, he was a little bit stronger than them guys. Now you average out when you go up to 35 and 40. I mean, that can happen when you fighting at your natural weight. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he might go back down to 130.
Because it's like, why are you a pocket fighter and you ain't got no power for real?
Well, that's just, but that comes from the region, that comes from the style, that comes from the gym. That's it. That's why boxing is so interesting, because everybody's style is different. You know what I mean? That's just the style, because his little brother fight the same way, fight exactly the
Jordan?
same way. Yeah, fight the same way.
That's craziness, yo.
He gonna have to mix it up if he gonna stay at them higher weight classes, in my opinion.
Well, who knows if he stays up there? Because what else can he do at 35? I mean, Abdullah, you know what I'm saying?
But again, that's why you go through certain experiences, because it may bring something out of him. You know what I mean? That experience with Zepeda that he just went through may bring something else out of him. You know what I mean? He knows what it's like to taste the limelight. Now it's time to get back to work.
I wonder how deep his tool bag is, because it doesn't really seem like he got a deep tool bag.
Well, I seen what he did in those first 2 rounds, so he just couldn't keep it up. Like, that pressure must have really wore him down from Zepeda. It must have really wore him down. He could not keep that up what he was doing. I don't know if he gassed out or what.
I mean, just imagine fighting somebody and they constantly in your face. They're not going nowhere. I mean, it's going to be frustrating and it's going to be heart-wrenching.
And that's that pressure. That's mental pressure and physical pressure.
Absolutely.
So I'm throwing everything at this nigga but the kitchen sink, and he keep coming.
Right.
Well, it was a good fight. I think Zepeda had a very good performance. I think Lamont Roach had a decent performance. He just wasn't able to pull it off. And I still want to see the Tank rematch. Like, I don't know what's up with people in this, you lost, as if you can't fight people with losses. But
that's us. That's our community. That's the black people too. That's what that is. What y'all think about Ray Maritala's performance against Concepcion?
Man, I thought Maritala looked flat. But he said after the fight he moving up in weight because he was having issues. So maybe that's why he looked so flat. And Concepcion came out hot, but he died real quick. I was like,
By round 3, he was looking gassed as hell.
He was done. I was like, Concepcion done.
Yeah, he an old man.
Yeah, he old. He like 37, I think.
Yeah.
37 or 38. He gave it all he got for about 10 minutes.
He looked sharp for them first 2 rounds, and it was all downhill after that.
He looked good. After that, it was like, oh man. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all got anything else?
All right, Jad. It was good chatting with you.
All right, baby. Yes. All right, Greg. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you.
For sure. I appreciate y'all.
All right. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming out tonight. We had an unexpected guest. Keyshawn's trainer joined us for a quick conversation. Didn't really resolve much because obviously there's certain things that he can say and certain things that he can't say, or things that he's willing to say that he is not willing to say. So, that was what it was. We all have our perspective of the situation, and we're going to have to just see how it all pans out, right? Will we see Keyshawn go to Zuffa? Will we see the fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson October 3rd in that shoebox at the Zuffa warehouse? You know what I'm saying? These are all questions that, are yet to be answered. So, you know what that means. I will meet y'all back here again later this week for our next episode of As the Boxing Ring Turns. But I appreciate everybody for coming out. If you're watching a playback, please make sure you smash the like button. You can also, participate in the conversation. Mother does read it. I read it, child. I might not read it right away, but Mother does read it because I appreciate everybody who decides to leave a comment and join the conversation. Make sure if you are not subscribed to the channel, you subscribe to Jab Queen Boxing because, baby, you just never know Okay, you just never know who's gonna pop up. You never know what's gonna happen. We got all kind of things going on over here, but we have an honest conversation with everybody's perspective is welcome as long as it's logical. Don't come over here talking that foolishness because we don't want to hear it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, security will pack you up, baby, and the panel will chew you up. So enter at your own risk. But I appreciate everybody so much for stopping by, and y'all know what time it is, baby. So until next time, catch me on a panel, baby. Peace.